Hello, everybody. Welcome back to BSG Online number 4. Coming up, Ghost of Tsushima by our very own Aishma. But before we get that, I've got one small donation to read from Xenoris, who donates 10 euros and 1 cent, saying, "Yo, it's my boy Ash. Good luck on the run. Maybe this will be the marathon world record run this time without tech problems." Hopefully. 5 euros towards naming the horse Nobu, because that was the name I chose that's the name I chose for my game. And 5 euros and 1 cent for sparing the Lord Shimura, because we're nice people, I guess. Anyway, stay cute, everybody. And with that, I'll the donation in the bid wall for the horse name closes, and the one that won, let me triple check that right now, is Kaze, which means wins. Ashma, take it away.
All right. Hello there, everybody. I'm Ashma. I'm going to be your runner for the next about 3.5 hours. And as you can already see, I have some very special guests with me today for this one. So if you guys would like to go ahead and quickly introduce yourselves and what your involvement with this game actually is.
Hi, everyone. I'm Earl T. Kim. I am the voice and model and performance capture actor for Norio in Ghost of Tsushima.
Hi, I'm Daisuke Tsuji. I'm an actor who plays Jin Sakai in Ghost of Tsushima. And I'm out of shape because I was in Japan for 3 weeks and I ate too much good stuff. So I'm going to be doing push-ups for every pound that's being donated. That's probably
Euro?
a bad idea.
Oh,
Euro.
Is it Euro?
Dice.
I can't
don't.
read.
I'm not sure if that's a good idea, because I think the last time we raised like
$1,000 or something.
£1,000.
So
I would do 1,000 push-ups.
well, guys,
All right.
you've
All
heard
right,
it here.
girl.
You know, the challenge is
That's what he
on
said.
for that.
That's what he
I mean,
said.
d-
All
d-
Also,
right.
I'll be doing it off camera as well, so you can't really see it.
Aww.
Definitely doing
He's definitely
doing
doing.
Does the $10
Are you counting that $10 1 cent from just now?
I was just
Oh,
gonna
gosh.
ask, because you know we already have those $10. So
Is it before or after?
Is it dollars?
I'd-
What is it's euros? What is
It's
euros
Euro.
anyway?
It's Euro.
Oh, okay.
It's the European Speedrunning Association, DICE. You think they're going to be doing dollars here?
maybe.
What do you
I
think
have
they're
no
doing?
idea.
I mean, you can donate in
You-
dollars,
you-
but it will be converted to euros. You know.
They're using lira. What do you want?
So, anyway, I guess we're here to do a speedrun to raise more money. So, how about we go about, do that, because we will be here for about 3.5 hours. So we have quite a bit of time to talk about all of this. So, as Kaze won the naming incentive, I guess that is what we are going to run with, literally. So,
Wind.
how are we about the timer? Can I give a countdown from 3 and we are good to go?
Yeah, that took me more than possible.
All right, then let's start this speedrun in 3, 2,
Don't fuck up. Don't
1,
fuck up.
go. Well, I hope so. I mean, as Xoneris just put into his comment, I was actually speedrunning this game during the Helvetic Speedrunners online marathon, which happened about 2 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken at this point. And it could actually have been a world record run. However, we had some technical difficulties during it, which invalidated it.
Oh.
So,
I didn't even know that. It didn't count?
Yes.
Yep.
Because the stream went offline during the runs, and
Oh.
there is no way
could've-
to tell that we wouldn't have
No
cheated during that time.
verification.
Yes.
You could have cheated. You could
Yes.
have done all sorts of things.
Yes.
Unverified sources.
Am I going back?
And Xoneris was on tech during that time, so
I want to do this. Did I leave the gas on?
Oh yeah, guys, you have to check, right? Do you have your purse? Do you have your beauty case? Do you have the push-ups?
Got to turn off the gas.
Oh no.
Got it all.
Going
Oh,
back.
here.
I gotta turn this horse around right now and go and check.
Lord
Yes.
Sakai's here, y'all.
Instantly
Jin-
turn the horse around.
Oh, gosh,
Nothing we can do about this.
He always shows up.
I mean, we gotta talk to Yuna, right? Maybe Yuna knows if you have left the oven running. Hello, Yuna.
You found me.
Have you?
That's a bit sexist, isn't it?
You handle that well.
I mean, she's
gonna call you
literally,
out.
she's
call you
literally the first person that we talked to. Who else are we gonna ask?
Find any samurai to free Uncle?
Not yet. But I'm still searching.
It has nothing to do with Yuna's gender. He's just literally, it's the first person he's encountered.
Right.
Dice. Yikes. Calm down there.
Hey, I'm just saying.
I mean,
Calm down there, cancel brigade.
I mean, maybe Jin is sexist because, you know, all of his relatives and something have been slaughtered, but he still goes to the first woman he meets and talks to her.
What will you do when
What does that
yeah,
say about that?
because I respect women and their strength, and I can count on them.
feel that strong?
I can't count on men.
Victory against
I mean,
impossible
they
odds.
just all got slaughtered, right?
And after
so-
your brother's
They all
defeat,
died. It's true. One of them got lit on fire.
Honestly,
All the
Yeah.
men died at the beach.
And then they betray you. Literally until I show up, every single dude does you dirty. I hope you know that.
most
I
of
hope you know that.
All of them? What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Every single dude that you encounter does you
Dude,
dirty. Like Ryuzo, like dad
Ishikawa?
uncle.
Spoilers,
Sensei
guys.
Ishikawa, he's not
Spoilers.
he's not
mean.
being truthful. He's not being
He's not
truthful
being
about the
truthful.
situation.
That's true.
A horse.
He is not being truthful with the situation. I bare my soul to
Supposed to be easy.
He is very, Norio is very supportive, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you actually don't have to do
Oh,
anything for him.
Taka,
You know,
sorry.
he just
Sorry,
follows
Taka's
you
the other-
around.
Yes,
Taka
during
is
the,
the other one. Taka's
Taka-
sorry.
oh, Taka,
Taka's
yes.
Taka's
Through that place
Taka's the
together for
cinnamon
days.
roll though. Taka's supposed to be the cinnamon roll.
to reach Taka.
Taka can't fight.
Well, I mean, you don't usually cut up a cinnamon roll, though, do you?
Way.
Oh, spoiler!
Oh, wow.
Yikes.
Wow. That's low.
That's it's true.
We don't
It's true.
see it, you know. We can make up any story that we want because we skip all the cutscenes.
You eat the cinnamon roll whole. You just shove the whole thing in your mouth, right? That's what you do.
Well,
Yeah, I don't really cut it out.
tell that to Kotun then, because he likes it chopped up apparently.
Before the invasion,
Well, you know, maybe he just doesn't like raisins.
he hated when I spoke. But it was that
I know.
or starve.
Yeah, he has to pick them out
Didn't
or
have a
something.
choice.
I didn't choose to
So, no.
against my instincts.
So how are we doing so far? Are we almost done yet?
Wiped out
With
by
the
the
rest?
Oh yeah, sorry. Spoiler alert, y'all. You shouldn't be watching a speed run if you don't know about spoilers. Like
No,
that's on
you're
you,
right.
boo boo. That's
Oh,
on
we're
you,
not-
boo boo.
We're gonna miss most of the story though. We're not here for the story.
Yeah, the
Exactly.
story's not happening. You don't even. You literally. I think I show up for like 5 seconds on this speed run. Less than.
That's what I'm saying. From this run, you'll see that I don't do anything for Norio, but Norio helps me all the time.
He's just that great of a buddy. You know,
With
he just
all
follows.
the missions
He basically sees you. It is friendship at first
I
sight,
see you.
and
I see
you know,
you.
you just go from there.
This is kind of our relationship in real life as well, actually.
I stumbled here.
He does everything.
I do all this shit and he doesn't even acknowledge it.
I raid your channel sometimes.
Still
and
alive.
that's it.
Thanks, I appreciate it. That's all I need.
We could still be alive.
Well, that's something to go on, isn't it?
This arrow.
It's a symbiotic relate. It helps both of us. Uncle Dad, it's time
Uncle
for
Dad.
Uncle Dad.
We will see him
Is
quite
there
a bunch,
a
though.
small moment for 2 donations?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah.
How much?
Thank
How
you.
many euros am I doing push-ups?
You're gonna be doing 11 because there's a €1
11?
donation from my own dad, who says, "All right, first euro's on me. Who's next?"
Oh, that's nice. Thanks, Dad.
Wait, you really can't see any of it.
We can't, but I got another one
going.
from Nothing Sensible, donating
Okay,
10
he's
euros.
doing it. Don't worry, he actually is doing it.
I got 10
Can you
euros
see
from
him?
Nothing Sensible, saying,
Thanks, Nothing
"Spare,
Sensible."
spare. Get those push-ups done, guys.
Oh no, really? Okay, all right. I totally forgot about we're doing spare or kill.
Yes,
Yes.
that is gonna be
Where's
a
the
big war.
anonymous?
But the other
Yeah.
stories maybe.
Come on, anonymous.
Red or white, y'all. Red or white. Do we want the red or do we want the white?
This way.
I mean, you know, I have the red on kinda at the moment, so maybe
true.
we should change that to the white this time.
Oh, all right, all right.
Thinking about
Wait,
a
so
little
we're
bit of
not doing
color.
that? We are gonna
You said
we
they
are
were
gonna kill
moving
him.
the slave.
Well, it's not
No,
decided
we're
yet.
waiting. It's just we're letting stream figure out what,
Oh.
or, the donations will tell. We'll go with the
Gonna
money.
let
We're Ronin. Yeah.
Well, in that case, we would go with the food, right? Because we're hungry as.
It's true.
Stuff.
Or burgers. I mean, I'll always take payment in burgers. Man, one of these days, Dice. One of these days, I just dream about us getting a sponsorship deal where we just get paid. Where we just get paid in burgers.
Okay.
Can we? Does In-N-Out sponsor streamers? Does In-N-Out sponsor actors? Can we?
I mean, you would have to do a whole lot of push-ups then.
Oh,
if you
or
want
Whataburger.
to keep in shape.
I'll do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if you want to
whatever.
do that.
Push-ups for burgers.
Push-ups for burgers, well, there you go.
Maintain my svelte figure. Maintain my.
Yes,
I
more
don't know.
donations so I can stay in shape. Because otherwise, I will never do push-ups. What's your favorite burger place, Earl?
So in Southern California, it is there's a burger place called Grill 'Em All in Alhambra. They are epic burgers that are all named after metal bands. And it used to be a truck actually, and then eventually over the last few years they've made enough money that they were able to get a proper brick and mortar location. But they have these burgers are absolutely epic, just like face meltingly crazy burgers of like things that you're like, I didn't know that those things belonged on a burger, but now they do, and they'll rip your face off. Again, they're all named after metal bands. Some of them are made by the band members.
Really?
So like they're the guys the people that started Grill 'Em All are pretty well connected in the sort of metal punk communities. So they so they'll usually a bunch of people have swung by and like signed merch or like designed their own burger that gets sold. But yeah, they're really great. Check them out online.
That's cool.
Everyone's in Southern California. I'm sure they would appreciate your patronage because
What's
the hospitality industry.
What's the name again of that thing?
Grill 'Em All. It's
Grill
named
'Em
after a
All.
song. The song "Kill 'Em All." is
Yeah,
sort
by
of
Metallica.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Good job.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I've been there once. Yeah, I really like
I
it.
love that place. They also.
yeah.
Oh, no. I was just saying that they also on certain special days they have like crazy, like they make like insane sides as well, just like really bizarre, like tater tots and wild wings and crazy stuff. But it's What's your favorite place, Dice?
My favorite place is called Jasper's in Oregon, in Ashland. Well, I guess, yeah. And it's kind of like that in that it's like they have all kinds of crazy different kinds of burgers, and you can do camel or deer or those kinds of things.
Really?
A camel burger.
I've had a camel burger.
I don't know where they get the camel, but
Does it taste?
It's-
Does it taste
it's
like
available.
chicken? Does it just taste like chicken?
No,
it
it
tastes like
doesn't taste like
beef.
chicken. It kind of tastes like beef, but it's more like lamb-ish. Like it's gamier. And then when I had it, it was when I was living in Australia. But there, it was so crazy because I was in Sydney. I was in a Sydney suburb, and it was during Ramadan. And so I was out with my friends, and then during Ramadan, because if you're in like a largely Muslim neighborhood, everything's kind of still. And then as soon as it hits night, like street vendors, like people making food, like all sorts of like carts and stuff start coming out. And so we were just walking through, and like it just got lit. It was at night and
All
just
of a
got
sudden,
really lit in the middle of the street really quickly. And it was just like, oh, okay, everyone's out, and we were like, all right, cool. What's everyone eating? And a couple of my friends were from the area, and they're like, oh, we're gonna go to this stand, and we're gonna get this thing. And I was like, all right, great. And then I like take a bite into it. It's like, oh, this is really good. It's like the spice is really interesting. Like everything's really great. What is it? And they're like camel. And I was like, huh.
What did I just
All
eat?
right, cool. I'd never had that before, but I'm about it. It was I was also like in Australia. I feel like I had like kangaroo for the first time because in Australia, like kangaroos, like it's like ground beef. Like they use it for chili and tacos and bolognese, you know. And so it's like I was in this like weird space of like, yeah, of course, this is what we're doing. I'm eating kangaroo and camel, and that's it was really good.
I actually had
I really liked
kangaroo
it.
before. We were in
Yeah.
in Berlin in one of these food joints. I mean, it's like 8 years in the past or something, and they had camel and I think it was crocodile, something like that. That was interesting. Tasted like chicken though, so
Yeah, it does. It's my favorite because it's so funny. When I lived in Australia, it was like it's cheaper than beef, and it's cheap. Like it's the cheapest ground meat that you can get.
Really.
Yeah, because so in Australia also like kangaroos are kind of seen as a pest, because they like destroy farmland and they're like in the wild they're like giant. Not all of them, but they're they can get pretty rowdy. But yeah, you can like it's so weird to think like it's a bizarre paradigm shift, but like in rural Australia, it's perfectly legal within your rights to shoot a kangaroo if it's all upon your property. And you're like, whoa, why? They belong in zoos and they have little pockets and they're little and then Australia's like, fuck it. You're just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, Ashland feels
But-
the same way about deer. We hate deer.
Oh,
Deers are
yeah.
rad.
Oh no. Oh no. But they're so cute.
Yeah. Ashma, do you have like a favorite burger? Is burger big in Germany?
I mean, there are quite a few burger joints all around the place. I can't exactly say that I have a favorite though. I just like to go for a burger here and there. Well, no, that's actually not true. There is like this one online place. I have never been there because I only discovered that thing during the pandemic. It's called Food Brothers, but they have these really kind of sweet brioche buns for the burgers, which is like really nice. And you
The
have
bun,
some
a good bun.
yeah, you have some sweetened caramel onions on it and stuff like that. That's pretty good. I like those.
Speaking of good buns, how's the game?
Well, your buns just got pierced by a couple arrows because
Yeah,
these
I
Mongols
think
are just
your
rude
buns
as
just
hell
went
right about here.
Do we ever see my bun
Nope.
in this one? In
Nope.
the run? No.
It's a
You
bumless
have no
run.
time.
No
You have
time.
Could you
We can't go to
the-
the onsen. We might
The
go to the
onsen is
onsen.
such a time suck. It a minute. You lose minutes, days, hours there at the onsen.
I mean, if we have the time, we may be able to go to an onsen once we are finished with the run and have a few moments to, say our goodbyes or something. Maybe I can make it over to an onsen during that time. So, yeah. I mean,
Perhaps.
chat can always donate to the onsen run if they want to, I guess.
Yeah, we'll be taking donations based off of if you want us to go to the onsen or
Yeah.
not afterward.
Do you want to see Jin's buns? Or the peaches, as they are known in the ghosty community, I guess. So,
And I would be like, hey, we have no time. We're going to go for a world record, and I'm going to show you my buns on here so we don't have to go to the onsen.
So are you going
And
to
then,
do
and
naked
then I'll get
push-ups?
banned. What?
Are you going to do naked
no.
push-ups then?
No, Dice.
I'll-
No, Dice. Please, Dice. No. That's
I'm
not.
not
That's not
gonna
the
do
kind
anything.
of. That's not the kind of market we're trying to bring in
Well,
right now.
you guys said
Alright.
you wanted to go for a sponsorship, right? I think it's still up in the air which sponsorship it's going to be.
Not
Yeah.
OnlyFans.
Hey, they make money, I'm sure. They make money.
Yeah, they do. They do. Anyways, onsen percent. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, let's talk about that horse though. Look at that
Oh,
horse.
this is sweet.
Is it the red tail?
Yes.
The red
Yes.
tail. It's a beautiful horse.
Mhm.
My favorite.
Just a shame that
I can do a lot.
it's a thing. Not gonna spoil it. No spoilers.
Best for you.
No spoilers.
I'm sorry.
Not spoiling
I
anything.
need more.
It dies.
No, it
Oh
doesn't.
God. Oh God, Dice.
The horse
Dice is just like rip the band-aid off. Just deal with it. Here you
In
are
like-
at this speed
in
run.
like
You're getting
2
it all
hours.
hot and fast, just coming at your face. You're getting the truth. Is what you're getting here.
in about 2 hours.
But
None of this.
maybe
non-spoilers.
let's quickly go about this category that we're actually running here, because I don't think we have done that yet. So this run is the any percent new game plus lethal category, and as you can already tell by the name, there is also a new game category of this particular run, and the differences between those two are essentially: a new game run is of course a fresh save file, and new game plus of course is from a previous cleared game save file. And what new game plus allows us to do is you immediately skip all of the prologue of the game, which in a speedrun setting already saves you about 40 minutes. And it's kind of nice that we get to do that, because the prologue only, well, quote unquote, only sets up the story and gives you all these combat tutorials and whatnot. And since we are a New Game Plus, you know, you've probably already seen and heard that, so it's nice that we just get to skip that like outright. The second advantage is that we can actually skip all the cutscenes. So sorry to you guys if you thought that you would get to see all the cutscenes or the story in this game. You won't, because you will be skipping all of it.
cutscenes.
And that saves another about 2 hours, because all the quest cutscenes combined take about 2 hours of runtime. So that's already like a 2.5 hour time save we get to have just by running the New Game Plus category. And then of course, since it is New Game Plus, we also get to keep all of our armors, all of our upgrades and whatnot, because we have those from a previous save file. And that means we are basically end game powered, like right from the get-go. And that of course saves, well, innumerous minutes, I want to say, on top of all of that.
You have all of your explodey tricks and all of your
Exactly.
machines of death.
I mean, you just saw me do a little shopping trip here, and I've loaded up on explosives, so, you know, it's gonna be an explosive journey. Like these guys immediately noticed. Die. Die? Die. Okay. They didn't want to die. They are kinda... You know,
They were very resilient.
They cling to their life, even though I just set them on fire. But okay, I guess that is something.
I need to find out what
Very
happened
strong. Very strong people.
Hey.
So Earl and I will be doing all the scenes because
We're just gonna be acting them out.
we're cutting all the scenes. So.
Dice is gonna play himself. I'm going to play everyone else in the game. So I hope you're ready. This is a
I
new.
believe
This
this
is
one. I believe this one is Lady Masako, right?
I get to channel my best Lauren Tom impression.
Wait, we haven't met her yet, though. Oh
Wait,
yeah,
what?
you're gonna have.
What
to
did I
find
forget to do?
her.
Oh, I forgot to look at the window.
No.
Oh, sorry, I'm getting into character.
Ashmas.
I just jumped out.
if anyone's
But you do have to look at these, you know, trails. Jin needs to know where to go.
empty stables.
And now these trails are here because I looked at the window.
Horse tracks. Someone fled the estate.
Yes, don't lose focus. It'll make
Don't
me
lose
feel
focus,
bad.
Ash. No, I know.
'Cause
We're
it's
only
our
joking
fault.
that we're
Detective
only
Jin.
joking.
Detective Jin didn't get all the clues, so he had to go back to get them. So he needs to know where to go.
I need the
Batman Sakai.
Bruce.
Bruce Sakai over here. Hey, Bruce Sakai.
Bruce Sakai.
Fallen horse.
That sounds Asian American somehow.
Shin Wayne.
Dead for days.
Yeah.
Bruce Sakai. I love it. Jin Wayne. I like Jin Wayne as well. Jin Wayne kind of sounds better because it sounds like you also sound like John Wayne. Yes, exactly. Jin Wayne. Okay, Jin Wayne is what we're going with. Jin Wayne.
I mean, it's
Batman.
kind of fitting because this is quite the explosive run. You know, we get to channel our inner Michael Bay once more, as we did. So
Yep. Explode everything.
That's how it ended for
Blow all of the things up.
Ooh, I'm watching an ad. Ooh.
Oh, an advertisement. Oh, I've been taken to an advertisement as well.
Oh, it's a
Really?
video game. Genshin Impact.
Mm.
Oh, SpongeBob.
I think Manelli is all over that game, isn't she?
Yes, Marnell. I've heard Genshin's great. I just can't do
Gacha.
gacha games.
Yeah.
I just can't. They hurt my soul and body and brain. because they're like I feel like they're targeting me. I feel bullied by gacha games, so I just have to ignore them all the time because I'm always like, oh, you got me, and I'm like, no, and then I lose all of my money and then become destitute and obsessed. But I have all of the characters unlocked. Isn't that great? No, Earl, that's not. That literally is nothing. That's not an achievement.
Well,
I'm like,
I mean, it is in game, you know. It's just questionable if it's a real life achievement.
Exactly. It's like that's not giving your life a net benefit.
Like collecting all the Pokemon or something.
Oh
Oh god, don't give the Pokemon company ideas to do a Pokemon gacha game. I think that would just ruin people.
Oh god, yeah. Ugh.
I think.
What's a gacha game? Please explain.
It's
One sentence.
yeah, it's like the idea of loot boxes, but transferred for usually mobile or instant kind of mystery / gratification of opening packages based off of either time or money spent in game.
Mostly money though.
I just got bored listening to that explanation.
Exactly, but that's the way that's the best way to think of it, because it's like otherwise it's like you get shiny things for giving money and time to the app. Wow,
That's basically
I say
it.
that now, and I say that now, but I probably play games like that. And that sounds boring.
I mean, I guess everybody has at least some point in his or her life, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Played one
it
of
would-
those games.
Like Legends could have very easily been a country, but Sucker Punch did not choose to do that.
Very good decision. I guess we all
And
like
I think
that.
I think it's fantastic and beautiful and noble and wonderful. I really, I don't know. If there's anything, one of the big, I feel like Legends is one of the big surprises of 2020. That was a good surprise.
Yeah, I think nobody saw that coming when the game initially released. Like it would have a multiplayer
man.
component.
Yeah, we had the whole.
Speaking of the game, we are at a kind of, interesting part right now where we are now supposed to trail this monk because he is a conspirator in having eradicated Clan Adachi, the samurai clan that Lady Masako, who is now following us, is a part of. And she's kind of angry about that. She wants revenge to those guys. So we are going to trail him back to a thieves' den to see who else was a conspirator in this, conspiracy. And however, since Sogen always takes the same path, and as a speedrunner, and because we are playing New Game Plus and stuff, we know where he's gonna go. So we're not actually gonna follow him. We're more like leading him on. So in order that he hurries it up a little bit, because for a speedrunner's purpose, he's a little bit going slow here. So what we'll actually do is we will go out of sight of him, which
way
means
ahead of him,
just
yeah.
going a few meters along this path.
I don't think so.
Now I do have to
That
stay
makes
in range
sense.
of him, otherwise this countdown will start, and when the countdown reaches 0, I'll actually have to reload the checkpoint and do this all over again, so I do not
No.
want that.
Don't want that at all.
We actually just want him to get to about this rock here roundabout. So let's see when he will actually reach that. So we should be there in just a couple steps. Yeah,
Come
that
on,
should be good.
okay.
And then we'll just hightail it over to the next quest marker. Because as long as we get there before the time runs out, the game will actually progress as normal, even though Sogen isn't there. Which will lead to a somewhat funny cutscene in just a moment here.
I think I remember
Cutting this
from the
close,
first-
cutting this close, and now enjoy this talk between the bandits and Sogen, even though Sogen is never here. He's just telepathically communicating with them, I guess.
Whoa.
He's yeah, you're doing it. That's
Wow,
pretty
that's
wild.
cool.
Well done. Tricks and tips, y'all.
Tricks and tips.
Boom.
And now we have our first, it's the second real fight in the game, I want to say. And what you will see right here is that I don't actually have to kill all these enemies, even though I do have to do that for quest purposes.
Yeah. I remember this one. I remember being like, oh my gosh, I died this one so many times. It's like,
Yeah, it's my
don't
first try, yeah.
just don't fight anyone. Just don't fight anyone and just run through. It's like, oh. Yeah.
Alright,
Get
guys,
those strikes.
got news for you.
Yeah.
You got news. What news do you got?
News.
I got dues. Dice.
What?
You destroyed
5 more.
Clan Other.
Oh, 5 more donation.
More from
Euro.
Alex.
5?
5 more euros from Alex, who says, "Bye, Dunkle."
Aw, yeah, kill that dunkle.
Masako might know.
Well, while Dice is doing his push-ups, I can maybe quickly talk about what happened here. So we
I'm
finally
done.
confront Sogen. That was fast. And Lady
Sogen,
Masako
yeah.
has a bit of a chat with Sogen, and you know, he talks like mad BS about her and her family and whatnot. And she basically flips and just massacres him in cold blood. And
She
that
straight
is
up
why
stabs him.
Lady Masako has become known to us as Lady Massacre.
Murder Granny,
Or Murder Granny.
Lady
Also
Lady
works.
Massacre.
I mean, you know, it's the next best thing to do, I guess. You know, massacre. Kind of is in the name. I,
like
want to
it.
say.
I like it. It's good. It's good.
Also, to quickly touch upon our loadout here, depending on the armor, because I just told you, I don't have to fight every enemy to progress this encounter. And that is because we are wearing the Ghost Armor. Now, the Ghost Armor is special in a way that it has a perk on it called Terrify. Now, what Terrify does is, you can think of it as some kind of status effect, which makes it so that enemies can get terrified, they will drop their weapon and immediately flee the battlefield, and that counts as defeating them. Now, the Ghost Armor makes it so that when you kill an enemy, you have about a 40% chance that another enemy will get terrified and, straight up leave. And then we go ahead and equip more charms to the armor. Charms being some passive bonuses that you can equip to your armor sets to increase that chance. And at the end of it, we have about a 90% chance that whenever we kill one enemy, another will just straight up flee. And that is how we make encounters go quite fast, because if you kill a lot of enemies, well, you have a high chance that other enemies will just straight up flee, saving us quite a bit of time.
Lovely.
Nice.
Making it a psychological game.
Right. I mean, you are the ghost of Tsushima, right? You want to just go ahead and terrify and poison and blow stuff up. So we embrace that.
Yeah, I'm trying to finish up the New Game Plus right now. I finished the main story and I'm, taking care
You're
of
doing
the
a side
rest.
quest. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I do the opposite of like trying to keep it as long as I can, because once it's done, it's done. So I don't want anybody to be afraid of me. I just want to kill all of them.
Well, I mean, they can't be afraid if they're dead, right? It's
Yeah,
just
it's
just
true.
mercy.
That's the
true.
best way to solve the problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just straight up murder them.
Yeah, and suffering and fear of me. Don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid,
dead.
just die. I mean, that's one way to look at it, right?
Yeah, that's terrible. I'm terrible.
Well, you are terrifying them, so
Yeah, I'm
terribly terrifying.
Yeah,
Terribly terrifying. Quite.
quite.
And maybe you should put that as a sticker somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, and this is on Lethal, right? Lethal Plus?
This is lethal, exactly.
Lethal.
So there are 4 difficulty options in the game. You had easy, normal, hard, and later in they patched, well, lethal in. That was like, I don't know, 2 weeks after release or something like that, if I remember right. I was still on my first casual playthrough of the game when lethal dropped. And lethal is a pretty interesting difficulty setting, because what you can think of what happens is that every hit that you take is basically critical damage, like if you are talking in RPG terms. So every time you hit an enemy or they hit you, you take basically a critical hit. And what that means is you basically die most of the time in one hit, but the enemies kinda as well. So it takes only a couple strikes to defeat any enemy. And that makes it like really realistic in a way. Like if you play, for example, on hard, it takes a lot of hits to kill an enemy, but they also take quite a few strikes to bring you down. Whereas on lethal, basically any mistake can be a, well, lethal mistake in that sense. And that's really cool. Like, I think that really elevated the gameplay for me personally, because I really like playing on lethal compared to all the other difficulties in the game. I don't know about you guys. I mean, you've played on lethal as well, right? At least
Yeah,
partially?
we've I think we've both beaten the game in lethal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if Lethal Plus is different because they take, or at least the bosses, they take a lot of hits and they kill me by
Yeah.
one hit.
I-
And I hate it when they kill me with the shield. When the Mongol,
Yeah.
with one hit with the shield. And I'm like hitting you with a sword many times. One
Yeah.
shield attack and I'm down.
I mean, it's just basically
I
just
like-
kind of a bitch slap, you know, just harder
Yeah.
because it's with a shield that they just bash you in the face or something.
Been doing
Yeah,
With
it's a very
regular
strong
lethal,
shield.
I feel like the sharpness goes both ways. Whereas with lethal plus, it's very much your sharpness does not exist. Very, very deadly.
Also, kind of funny quirk happening here. Now we are supposed to follow our allies a couple ways along this path. However, if we just skirt around the range that we are allowed to go here, Kenji will be very adamant about people fighting back. You know, he really wants you to know that he's really insistent about it. That these people
Oh, Kenji.
fought back. Like, which is actually interesting. You can do that with every line that Kenji speaks. It doesn't happen for either Yuna or Jin during this conversation. It is just Kenji's voice lines that
It's just Kenji.
repeat over and over when you get out of range of that, and that is pretty fun.
Get it?
Also, this is the only about 30-second break that you get during this speedrun, so take a moment to stretch, everybody.
Stretch.
And maybe let Dice do a few more push-ups if you have any donations or something.
Oh yeah.
You have
So-
donation?
So
Let me
we're
check.
the speedrun is benefiting Mind. Who said?
Yes, we are benefiting Minds, which is a nationwide organization working on mental health issues mostly.
All that screaming.
Fantastic.
Nice.
I mean,
Stephen
I don't-
Fry.
I can tell
Fry's
you a
the
whole lot about this entire marathon if you want.
I was just looking up that Stephen Fry is the president of Mind.
He is, yes, he is.
That's
really?
amazing. Yeah, and I love Stephen Fry. I took over his dressing room table at the Globe after he finished. so and I feel somewhat kindred to Stephen Fry. He doesn't know me. He's never met me before, but I used his dressing room table after he was finished with it. After he was at the Globe during 12th night back in like 2014.
Does
And
that
I
make
feel like we're dressing room table buddies now. He doesn't know about this, but we are now, and so we're connected forever. So, Mr. Fry, if you ever watch this, which you never would, because why would you ever watch a video game speak? Just know that I love
You
you.
might be into it. Who knows? You might be into it.
Oh my god, I would love it if there's
I mean-
a new section of QI just about video games.
You know,
and
he,
it's all
he,
about
he might be getting into it once he gets all this money from us, you know, from the speedrun marathon.
I know, yeah,
Because
exactly.
we are raising money exactly for him and in his organization. So, yeah.
Exactly. Hopefully, maybe he'll go back and watch all of these speedruns and go, oh,
But, you know, that just channels your inner Norio energy, right? Because you've never actually seen Stephen Fry. You haven't talked to him. But you just said that you're basically BFFs for life now, just like with Jin in game right now, because we never have to do any of your quests, and you just follow Jin around like the whole
that's
game.
true. That's true. I'm on you.
Self-fulfilling prophecy or something.
He's a
man.
fantastic actor, and I'm glad we're supporting
is.
Mind. Is really what it goes back to. That's you know, get yourself some mental health.
Definitely do.
All right,
So people are
you gotta
dying.
follow this
Following.
mangle. More following. Oh man, I'm in like a cool. I don't know what's
you're-
happening to my video. I love it.
Why don't I get to be weird? Oh, we switched.
Oh, we switched.
I have become you.
We have
Is that good?
We have switched.
transformed.
I am Earl now.
Or does that mean you switch roles? Am I playing Norio now? Dressing up as Lord Sakai?
I mean, that would be
reenacting his
rad
story?
though. Wouldn't you like to have Wouldn't you like to swing around a big old naginata? Like that's good
I do.
times.
I do.
It's good times.
And I have to admit, it would be so rad if you could have, you know, a warrior monk type of character for Legends. Nudge, nudge, hint, hint, sucker punch. I think people would be all over that.
Oh yeah.
I feel like they would have to take over the Ronin role because they would be the one like, you know, healing people. Or maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. I mean, Hochi, literally, all I worry about Hochi and the healers and the Hochi for a while. So you know.
But then again, the healers aren't the warrior monks, right?
I mean, but they are monks.
Yeah, right.
It's monk attacks. Unless there was like I guess it could be like a paladin class, maybe. I don't know. I'm just thinking. I'm just spitballing here. I'm just thinking out loud.
Yeah,
Bump them
they
on the head.
meditate. They meditate so they can have, I don't know, a lot.
I mean, they
Like
could
a
give you some kind of
yeah.
damage buff or something through meditation or something. Defense buff.
Yeah, or like a mantra. You know, I'm just thinking again. What I think about freaking all of the monk archetypes in like Diablo 3 and
Yeah, that is immediately the thing that I thought of as
yeah.
well. The Diablo 3 monk. Also, a little bit of an interesting tech coming up here because, you know, we are supposed to sneak through this market full of Mongols. However, apparently they have really poor eyesight because we will just,
because you have the ghost armor on.
roll through them. It doesn't even matter which armor you have on.
Rolling
but,
that's still a thing.
It
Tumble
is.
gin.
It will
Tumble
never
gin, tumble
go
gin.
away.
Tumble, gin.
There are two ways to look at this. It is either the Japanese roly-poly ghost, and I only named it that way to make this JRPG joke, or you can call it the tumbleweed samurai, as it has come to be known, because it rolls off the tongue a little bit better. And what actually happens here is, and anybody can do that, it's, you know, not a big secret. Just everybody who has played this game ever can do that. What you just have to do is you have to crouch while you are still outside of the detection range of any enemy. You know, as soon as these white bars on screen appear telling you that an enemy is about to spot you, it doesn't work anymore. You have to be absolutely out of detection range of an enemy. Crouch down, start to roll, and then just keep hammering that circle button. You know, don't let go. Just hammer it down all the way. And no Mongol will ever see you as long as you do that. Which is
Tumble
interesting.
gin.
Now, how
Why
would
are
you
you tumbling?
how would you feel if they fix that?
We would feel very bad about that
Tumble
because
gin. That would
we would
change.
actually
Why
have
are you
to play the
tumbling?
game somewhat normally at that point.
Right.
Because, of course, the Tumbleweed Samurai lets us skip all of the stealth sections in the game, as you will see, you know, coming up in a bit, because there will be quite a few of those. And that would slow the run down, and that isn't great.
Yeah, and I'm just wondering, like,
That'd be
I don't
sad.
know.
We would be really sad.
Which side? Oh, you would feel sad because of the time. But
'Cause
I don't know,
now-
I just feel like, because it's
Now I'm
obviously
thinking
not
about-
realistic. You know what I mean? It's obviously
Because this game is very realistic, Dice.
Oh, I know, but I'm saying
The
there are
thing-
many things that are realistic about this game.
The
Come
thing
on
that
now.
I always
yeah,
have to
no.
think about when we do the Tumbleweed Samurai is, and I know this makes me look really old, but when I was a kid, there was this show, it was like this cartoon show called the, what was it, $6 billion family or something? It was like this family of enhanced humans through, you know, machinery and stuff like that.
Robots.
Kinda. But all of these characters had like different abilities. You know, it was like this ethnically diverse family with the white parents, and they had this black kid, and there was an Asian kid and a white kid, and I don't know what else.
Alright.
But I can always remember that the, well, Asian kid was like these karate kung fu master and whatnot.
Obviously.
And in one episode, he was trying to train to become invisible. And all of the other kids made fun of him, like, oh no, we can't see you anymore and whatnot. And then he just waltzes right into the big bad's like stronghold and goes around the place. And through sheer amount of luck, he doesn't get spotted by anybody. And you know, I always have to think of that episode when we do that, just like the Mongols just going about their way. Oh yeah, we don't see anything, you know, we're just making fun of you, stuff like that. I don't know, it's just a thing for me that I always have to think back of, you know, childhood memories. But
I'm saying is
yeah, the thing
Jin.
is that
Tumble Jin.
yeah, this game is realistic, of course, and it is also very well programmed. Like the QA team, they did a phenomenal job of finding most of the technical issues and glitches and bugs and whatnot. But as speedrunners, that really bugs us because we have to adhere by the game's rules, and we don't particularly like that.
Yeah,
Speedrunners are all about breaking
Yeah.
the game.
And I'm just wondering from a developer standpoint, they see something like this that's very obviously kind of weird. Do they fix that, or do they say, well, if the speedrunners like it, we want to make fans happy, so we're not gonna fix. I'm just wondering out loud what
Well,
the
I
thought
mean,
is.
I'm no game developer, but the way that I would just do is, I guess I would take a look at it. What does that actually impact? Like, is that something that a casual player of my game would run into that would like hinder his enjoyment of the game or impede his progress and stuff like that? And at the end of the day, it's just rolling and have a little bit of fun with it. It doesn't necessarily break the game in any way, like you don't get an error message or something like that. And I guess most people casually playing this wouldn't even think of just rolling through this market full of Mongols. They would sneak around and do stuff like that. So I guess there is no harm in keeping that particular mechanic inside of the game, so to speak.
Yeah, I think it's also that it would alter a lot of gameplay if you made it so that would happen. You know what I mean? Like I feel like because it seems like a simple thing of like, well, in the middle of a roll, you won't set off detection. But then if it starts to change, it's then like, okay, well then what's the radius of where that happened? Like there's so much other information that gets affected by that simple thing.
Exactly.
That I feel like it would be a huge headache.
You might not know what else might break or not when you would fix that. So, there's always this rat's tail of technical issues that could follow that. And since it's not a big issue, I think they just don't touch it.
Let the speedrunners have their tumble gym.
Yes. I mean, we've been on the lookout for quite a few more tricks and stuff, and we have come up with a couple new things that I'm gonna show off a little bit later into the run since we last did this.
Okay.
But there's really not a lot that we can find. We've tried our best, but game is just programmed too well. Thank Manelli for that, I guess.
Yeah. all those quick load times, all those not exploitable bugs. There you go. Good job, Sucker Punch.
Good job.
Good job indeed.
It just makes a bigger challenge for the speedrunner.
Well, it does. I mean, there are definitely games that you could just bug out and instantly go warp to the end credits or something. That is a thing in some games. Can't do that here. Sadly, no.
Nope.
I mean, I don't know if they patched that out or if that's still in the game. I haven't checked in quite a while. But you can actually go to the second and third act areas of the game from Act 1. There is a way to basically bypass Castle Canada by a lot of swimming and stuff like that. The problem is you can get to these areas, but they aren't populated. Like you can't start any of the quests. Like no NPCs are there. It's just empty until you actually do the main quest in the first act of the game. So it basically gives you nothing other than a time waste.
Nobody there.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, there's that YouTube channel who's Japanese, and they do all kinds of weird stuff. Like they move one character, like Norio, into another.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because you can like essentially like bully.
Bully.
NPCs.
Bully different characters, different places, which takes so much time. I just really appreciate their work, and it is like stuff like that. I hope they don't fix it because it is kind of really fun and interesting, and I didn't know that they could do that. Like Jin can get attacked while he's in an onsen. It's just weird random stuff. Like it's really interesting.
I mean, I'm about it. Take me all over Tsushima Island. Take me to the places where Noria doesn't get to go. Noria's a traveler.
I think one of the ghosties of your community is like really into that, and Notskaya, she has pushed like Lord Shimura all over the island, going on a little sightseeing tour with him, so to speak. So good on you. That must have taken quite a bit of effort and time.
Dunkel doesn't like exploring.
Yeah, no.
Dunkel
he
stays
just
put.
has his arms crossed like the whole journey. Like, you know, he doesn't like it one bit.
Then,
Oh yeah,
Dunkel's
North
just grumpy.
my old friend.
He just
North
wants to
Sky,
kill Mongols.
has that the Norio like he shoots him up or something. I forget. He
Oh,
flies.
the one, yeah, the
Oh,
one
yeah.
where he flies.
The
way-
Norio space program, yeah.
I'm a rocket
Yeah.
man, Rocket Norio.
Yeah, that's fun.
Oh my god, I want to. I need to figure out a rocket outfit or something.
Hey, Dice.
Yes.
How are those arms
what?
feeling?
Oh, is
my-
it time for
my
more
chest.
push-ups?
My chest. I gotta feel it in my chest.
Yeah, you trap your
Uh,
pecs. Your
do
pecs
you
and
wanna
tries,
hit-
bro.
Do you want to hit the numbers one by one, or do you want to hit a whole
Give
sum
me the
first?
total. Give me the total.
46.
46.
46.
All right, I've got €6 from Slaven, who puts it towards sparring.
Oh,
Okay.
spare the
Who
Dunkel.
says donation war? I'm down for a donation war.
All
Then I
right.
got 15 €15 from Rendezvous 11 with no comments, but it's going towards skill.
So I guess we are having a bit of a
Nice.
a war.
There's a bit of a war going because Twitch chat 109 donates €5 also towards kill.
Oh
with a comment,
dang!
couldn't find incentive for plum percent. We'll check back later.
I love
And
it.
finally, €20 from Juria saying kill.
Oh.
All right.
I
all
guess the
right,
ghost
we
is in
are-
for a little bit of blood tonight.
Yeah,
It seems
we're
like.
having it.
Yes, and with that, kill is ahead. It's a 30 versus 21
Oh.
Good.
in kill's favor. So if anyone is feeling a bit nice and doesn't want to see someone die, you know what to do. If you want to make sure he does die, you also know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
41. Yeah.
Wasn't it 46?
42, 47,
47.
47.
49.
I mean, Dice doesn't have his headphones on when he does that, right?
Oh, I'm just throwing numbers out there to fuck.
What is it? Give me the exact number.
46 was total.
What the fuck
Three.
is it?
11.
I did 41.
5 more.
Good. just 3 more, Dice. 3 more.
What kind of number is that?
3. Don't you know?
Nope. Never heard of that. But I know I just want to shout random numbers at Dice.
That's what I'm doing. Join the club. I've had too much caffeine now.
I just realized that, like, anybody who's like seeing me for the first time, like, this is the first thing I said was like, I'm gonna do push-ups for every dollar or euro.
I know how embarrassing for you.
No, so they might be like, oh, he's a jock.
I know how embarrassing for you.
I don't give a shit.
No, Meathead. I'm just imagining a version of Dice where he's like on the football team. He plays lacrosse on the off season.
I'm racist.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my God. He also does volleyball. You know, keeps his. He's got a Letterman jacket. Doesn't really have time outside of sports to do anything else.
I mean, that kind of raised the question for me, like, who would win in a fist fight, you know, Daisuke or Jin?
Oh,
Then
Dice doesn't fight though. Dice Dice is a mediator and a peacekeeper. I
Okay,
feel like
who would win in a push-up challenge then?
oh,
Your archers
Jin.
on that cliff. While we still a boat.
Maybe Jin doesn't know how to
Do
like, he
push-ups?
doesn't do push-ups. Yeah,
Oh,
maybe he's
okay.
like, what is this? What is Jin do called
We
push-ups?
need them to look.
is this pushing up?
All right, men.
Yeah, that's how it went.
Just like that.
Okay. So basically by confusing the enemy,
Watching you fight back
Yeah.
there.
making them do challenges that they know nothing about, so you can just cheat your way to victory.
You fought just as hard.
Did I?
Also, another fun fact coming up here. Normally you are supposed to, you know, sneak your way through this Mongol camp to get to this boat, so you can paddle out to the ships. However, on New Game Plus, we do have smoke bombs, right? And what smoke bombs do, they take you out of combat, so we can basically just run through here, get on the boat, drop smoke, activate the boat, and off we go.
All right. Well, there you go.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yes. Oh, that's good to know.
Your men
So
distracted.
that makes it
Use the smoke bombs.
a little bit
Yeah.
faster, and you will see me do that quite a bit during the course of the run, because it is quite
not?
useful
Never knew our duel.
to
Yeah.
skip stuff.
It gets you through. That's quite a clever.
You should have told me
That's pretty
earlier.
clever. I feel like you didn't do that one last time.
Yes, we didn't, and it's kind of interesting because it is so obvious to do that here, because we do it at other points, but just nobody
But you
thought
just weren't
of
doing it.
doing
No one
that,
did it.
there. It's like it totally, I don't know, went by us until
Why wouldn't it
until
work?
somebody pointed it out and did it, and we were like, oh yeah, right. Why are we not doing that sooner?
What's the what's the time that you're trying to beat?
3:30, right?
No,
3:30?
3:22:51.
Oh dang. Okay.
That is
So it's
still
actually-
that is
yours?
still the record. That is still my record from ever since we did
yours.
this last time. So
Okay.
nobody has been able to break that in the meantime. So I'm still feeling good about that.
So you're just competing against yourself.
Exactly.
Nice.
No, I was competing for the titles.
But you know, we have found new tech, and even though we have found new tech, I still haven't been able to beat my old record, which is kind of interesting to me. But yeah, it is definitely up in the air and up for grabs if anybody wants to rise up to the challenge.
All right, what wave are we on? Hey.
Yeah, this is not survival.
The boats.
But speaking of legends, there actually has been quite the influx of new speedrunners for the Legends speedrun. Like, there are quite a few people running those categories, as you saw us do
Nice.
yesterday. So yeah, people are really interested in speedrunning Legends, which is really nice. Because it also makes the verification process for us a little bit easier, because the runs are only, like, you know, between 5 to 10 minutes and not 3.5 hours every time
course,
that
of
we have to
course.
sit through that as a verifier.
Yeah, it's probably different because it's much. It's just way less.
Yeah,
Because they're little. You know, each tail is such
Exactly.
a little morsel.
exactly.
So yeah.
I wonder if they'll ever do. Watching it, I was thinking about it yesterday because I was watching you guys play Gold. I wonder if they'll ever do like Nightmare, the whole story.
Yeah.
That might be.
That would be wild.
I mean,
yeah.
that is something that we have debated in the speedrunning community as well, because there definitely are people who do want to speedrun the Nightmare stuff. The problem is, though, which is also a big problem for me, the runs are just not... You're not able to reproduce a run, like, very easily, because, you know, they are on a weekly rotation, but also the modifier changes every time that mission is up. So you could have to wait up to, I don't know, 6 months or so until the same mission with the same modifier is up again for 1 week. So you would be able to reproduce those runs. And that just kind of bugs me in a way, because, you know, if you want to be on the speedrun leaderboards or any sport challenge for that, I think it has to be up for grabs, like, more or less every time. You know, it would be like having to say, no, you can't be the new world record holder in a 100-meter sprint unless you are at this event or the stars align in a certain order, and that just, you know, rubs me a bit of the wrong way. And other people too, and that is why we haven't included it yet.
Makes sense.
But yeah, I
makes
mean,
sense.
if the Nightmare challenges would be up, like, every time, we would be totally down to speedrunning those. No,
Yeah, it would be
no
interesting
question to ask.
if they unlocked Nightmare Yeah, for the whole co-op section.
Yeah, for sure.
And outside of speedrun, I think it would be just fun for
Of course.
people, you know?
Yeah, it would be an interesting thing to try and do. Like, it's just I just think it's a fun.
Is that
in
you?
general.
Jin!
I
They're
mean,
always so.
I think the reasoning behind it is if you have just this content unlocked for the whole time, people might just, get burned out on it. Like, if,
Oh, yeah,
if there
absolutely.
wasn't a reason to come back like every week because it's a different mission
Yeah.
with different modifier, I don't think it would still be as active probably.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I can kind of see them, quote unquote, unlocking that once interest in the game has died down a little bit more. Like, I don't know, the end of this year maybe, once the game has been out about a year or so.
I was out here leading villages
Or
to save
1.5 years, or however long it takes. So, might be a thing, might not be.
the Mongols are gone.
What is it? It's
We're going to the forge. We'll be safer with
But
us.
that's
lie.
again, I'm not the game developer. I don't know. It's just something that I would feel right in a way.
Show the Mongols where to find us.
I think we are just shy of 9 months. It's been 8 months since Ghost came out.
It released in July, didn't it?
Yeah, July.
Man, we gotta get the vaccine in May in the States, and then we're gonna have to have a party in like a 1-year anniversary thing.
Oh, for
In
sure.
person.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I really want
July.
to.
July 17th?
July 17th.
Mm-hmm.
17th.
Sounds right.
17th was our birthday. That's when the world got to see who we were.
Wait, am I talking to toddlers now? Oh my god.
Ah,
Me?
we're little babies.
Or
We're just little babies.
Speaking of which, that is actually something that I wanted to ask you guys. Like,
Oh.
you're actors, you've been in different stuff of media, but I think this is the first video game that you've been in, right?
For me, Dice has been in a couple others.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not
Yes.
mocap though, not my likeness.
Not like this,
So-
yeah.
I've done voice, yeah.
Okay, which one did you do?
Which one?
Yeah.
Prey was my first one, and then
Uh-huh.
Call of Duty,
The Call of Duties,
Black Ops
Call of
4,
Duty Mans, and then
And
Dice
then-
is also at Death Stranding.
and Death Stranding while I was working on Ghost.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, shame on my research then, because I did not pick up on that. But anyway, the question still stands. Like, well, maybe a little bit more directed to Earl then. But was there any difference, acting out a video game than it was like acting out a play in theater or for a movie or anything? Like anything you caught on? I mean, especially the mocap. Now that you mention
Stay
it.
close.
It's unique. I feel like it's just in general unique. It would be mostly akin. It's more similar to theater than it is to film, mainly in just the fact that you have to use your imagination way more.
Yeah.
That's really just because in film they're trying to make, it's trying to be as real as possible. You want as similar or close to literal, actual, real things happening, whereas it's completely imaginary in mocap, PCAP work because, yeah, you got giant things on your head. You've got, you don't have actual weapons or horses or things like that, and it's just like use the power of imagination.
Yeah. And with voiceover, you got to put all that in your voice. I appreciate, and I don't know if this is specific to open world games, but I appreciated the writing of open world games, or this game in particular, because the language is very active. It's very much like, this is what happened, this is what needs to be done, and we're going to do this. Where, some movies or even plays, like bad writing, they could be bad writing of just a lot of feelings and a lot of talking just to talk, or just arguing just to argue. Whereas, Whereas in video games like this, it's very active, very direct.
The container that the world exists in is objective based for the person who's going through the story, and so I think that
Stay close to me.
gives the entire sort of I don't know, it points the entire experience, I guess, in a direction that makes it so that the active language dice, like the writing in general, is slightly different from from how a normal film or TV show that would go, because it has to elicit action from the person, the audience, the player, you know. So I think that does become a really interesting factor in how you just get to act in a way that just feels active and pressing and important, and I don't know, I don't know how, if that makes sense, but it gives it an urgency, I think.
But was that ever something that you guys thought of while you were going to an acting school, that I'm gonna be acting in a video game one day?
Nah, I didn't.
I mean, in maybe like some of my wildest like, you know, and sort of like as like a oh, maybe one day that would be really cool, like oh, that would be great, but never in like a, you know, I think that the path there is definitely not a clear or direct one. It's not like you know, you go to university and you get your business degree, and then you go get your MBA, and then you apply for a job at a company, and then you get the promotion, and you go out, and you know, it's like that. It's not a particularly clear path, because everyone has their own, especially I feel like when it comes to voiceover work, when it comes to video game work, when it comes to performance capture, because these are all sort of very niche things within the realm of acting, of performing. And so I feel like it's sort of that thing where like, oh yeah, that'd be cool, but I don't think I ever thought, except for like my, you know, heart of heart nerd part, being like, man, it'd be really cool to be in a video game. Wow. And here we are.
Yeah, I mean, it worked out beautifully.
Yeah, they should definitely teach more voiceover, and I think there's a little bit more mocap stuff happening in, you know, schools too.
Yeah, in schools, I think it's there. I mean, especially now because of COVID, because this idea of virtual performance, like this whole, you know, just the paradigm of what performing has evolved, especially over the last year, you know, with the pandemic going on, has shifted in such a way that, you know, I think that this stuff will absolutely start to be curricular. I mean, you know, otherwise, I just think that you know, these institutions won't survive. Like they have to start, you know, thinking about what it is they're actually providing. You know, and I'm so grateful for like my drama school that I went to, you know, where I did my training and stuff. But yeah, like this is all just sort of we've had to amalgam our training into being able to use them in this way, because it all is, you know, fits under the umbrella. But I think there's a lot of evolution happening with performance, and what performance is and what performance can be. But anyways,
I mean, we're also at the point, I guess, where you know, video games are starting to be more and more important. I mean, they are $1 billion industry already, but you know, we need more voice actors and actors in general, I guess, for video games, like we ever did before. Like, because we have all these, you know, big games coming out, and we need people to act that out.
Yep,
it's a thing.
That's the thing.
I don't know.
Me and Dice are like, more voice actors. Sure.
More competition.
More competition. Yeah.
Guys, I've got some good news.
Oh.
The number is 15.
15.
15.
So 50.
Yes. 15.
15.
From Slaven, who says, be merciful, save a life. 15 towards saving. Bearing, say.
Looking all over for you.
Is it merciful for
Bearing.
dice, though? Did he die?
he just won.
Yeah, I mean, I heard the one, but I haven't heard anything since. So.
Captured. Remember that map you gave me? Oh, the one.
For all we know, he's just laying on the ground, just counting out loud.
Yes.
I mean, I actually want to do the push-ups, so this is great.
For your best men.
The ugly
Uh,
bastards were all over.
Yeah, I've just
I
been.
barely got away myself.
Yeah, like I
You
said
sure
before, I
they're
was in
alive?
Japan for 3 weeks, and I've been just eating, and I've been walking a lot, but also eating a lot. So, and this week I've just been very depressed, so I haven't been
I didn't
working
hear
out.
that.
And now I'm doing push-ups.
There you
Working out
go.
helps.
Make
It
up
does.
for it.
It
Speaking
does.
of mind, physical activity
Yeah.
is also very helpful.
That's true.
Exactly.
Sometimes you just gotta sweat it out.
Run it out.
Fun fact at that point, I actually, during another marathon, I did a race against the Wicked Viking, where we raced this particular category. However, he's a easy runner, whereas I'm a lethal runner, and I'm still a little bit faster than him, so we were thinking of ways to make the race more even, you know, to slow me down a little bit. And what we decided upon was that every time I got hit, you know, not that I died, I just get hit, I would have to do what was it? I think it was 5 push-ups per time hit
Oh dang.
after every quest.
Wow.
And I think I had to do about 100 push-ups at the end of my run.
What's wrong?
Something like that.
Oh,
Famous than
Yeah,
you?
it's also a way
Nice workout.
to stay in shape, I guess.
sure.
Dang.
But yeah, I can definitely see the push-up challenge.
Yeah. I just noticed that you're playing this on PlayStation 4 Pro, yeah?
Exactly.
Is the time going to change once you get PlayStation 5?
Yes, we haven't done exact timing yet, but from what we were able to see, because some of our runners actually do have a PlayStation 5, and what I have been able to, you know, time out is that the loading times per time that you skip a cutscene are about 25% faster. So if you have a loading time of 4 seconds on a PlayStation 4 Pro with an SSD, it only takes you 3 seconds on a PlayStation 5. And as you can imagine, we skip quite a few cutscenes during the run, so that is like a quote-unquote free time save of at least 2 minutes, maybe more.
Every second counts.
So yeah, I'm actually desperately trying to get my hands on a PlayStation 5, but well, you know, hasn't happened yet.
It's tricky. It's a little more difficult in the year I can't give advice in Europe and UK because I don't have Chrome attachments and widgets that work for the same businesses. Because like if you find like an Argo, like if you're in the UK, if you
You're the one who got us onto that monkey
Stock
ship.
Checker, like any of those, or like you know whatever the equivalents are, the big
Rode into the fort.
electronic stores and stuff like that.
to get
But
inside
yeah,
the BSG.
I got mine
Others won't be watching the
through
cliffs at the back of
diligence with a stock tracker.
Go over
I was using OctoShop in North America. If anyone needs any advice in getting a PS5 in North America.
Once they're
Well,
with
can
you,
get
and-
you
set
one.
up
You
of
heard it
your
here
arms.
first.
That's your signal
I
for
don't know if I
activity.
can get you one, but there's some tricks that you can do in order to get at least as quickly as possible.
I'll find a way
I also
to
have a
keep
couple
this
friends who were recently PlayStation Direct has now somehow or other like they're sending out actual like email invitations for people who've been trying to get PS5s for a really long time. I know a friend of mine recently got an email invitation from PlayStation Direct being like, "Hey, we have PlayStations coming. We see you've been
Really?
trying really hard. Here's your information.
Okay.
Here's like fill this out, and then we'll sort of help sort those out." So yeah, that's been one of the things. Another thing that just really helps me is just making sure everything is logged in and registered on whatever site you're trying to buy from, because they will try and jerk you around at every corner to be like, confirm this, make sure you logged in here, do you have your credit card and every single second that you waste in all of that stuff is I mean it's
yeah,
kind of funny,
definitely.
but it is a second that someone else is getting a PS5 and not you. So it's yeah, I think the PS Direct one is definitely if you can get on the list, or I think I don't know what it's doing, but it's somehow logging people who are, I think, trying to desperately get PS5s.
I mean, it's really interesting to me because at least I cannot remember, like, in the past 30 years or something, any console that has been this out of stock for this long while people were trying to get one.
Yeah, we're also in that perfect storm of circumstance where COVID has made it so that
Yeah.
the chip production. I mean, on top of that, so I've got a new PC on the way, but it's been an ordeal in trying to get it because of the lack of literal just silicon and chips and that stuff because of all of the production bottlenecks.
For sure, yeah.
And of course, obviously, like I would prefer people be safe and not die from COVID than make my computer part. Thank you very much. Like I don't really like if it's a choice between those two things, then yes, please, like let's adhere to those restrictions and keep people safe. But it's also that thing of like, oh man, really sucks that most of our the sort of chip production is concentrated in like a very specific group of areas where it's like, well. Until they get sorted, everyone's just not gonna have chips.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's wild.
But I guess nowadays it just is what it is, right?
Yeah, and it's and the thing that's unfortunate is that like capitalism is just driving all the so like it makes me so upset when I hear people like, and luckily I know I've talked people out of getting getting a scalped PS5 or getting a botted PS5 because it's so awful. Like people that are paying $1,000 for a console, where it's just like people.
Going back to the game for just a little bit here, look at all these Mongols like joining up in this little mosh pit over here and see what one bomb can do. So, people, social distancing keeps you alive. Yeah, it really does. Yep. Yeah. If those
Mongols,
people,
they don't know.
No,
Do it.
they really don't.
Oh wow.
Gotta blow them up. Boom.
You kill all of them?
Nice.
No,
I think 2 survived, but most of them, got caught up with that one bomb blast there.
I feel like I remember you trying to do that last time, and everyone spread out, and you only got like.
Even with the ghost armor and all these charms equipped, we still only have a 90% chance of other enemies getting terrified when I kill somebody. So those 10% are still up to chance, and that is something that can definitely, bite you in the behind in certain situations, because that one enemy that you needed to leave the battlefield just didn't, and now you have to go ahead and chase them down, which of course loses your time.
That's the worst.
So there's just, nothing you can do about it. It's not a 100% chance, so it's up to luck.
Okay, what? How far are we now?
We are actually in the last quest of Act 1.
Oh,
so
thank
we
God.
are nearly finished that portion of the game.
My 5 seconds is nearly here.
Do you see him we have to see him at all, right?
We have to see him a little bit. I mean, I can pan the camera around, I suppose, if you don't want to see him. No. But we have to talk to him at least once. So.
You have to talk to me at least once.
But that's the only time that we have to talk to Norio.
It's true. It's true. That's all you need me for.
Like the 5 seconds of fame.
Exactly.
That's all you need sometimes, right? So sometimes it's just a 5-second clip that goes on the internet, goes viral, and there's your fame.
Pretty much.
Everyone, it's time.
No, you just gotta find those 5 seconds, man.
Very much.
But yeah, we finally have gathered all the allies that we need to finally assault Castle Canada, where our Dunkel is being held captive. So the liberation of Tsushima Island is close at hand. Kinda.
Be careful, Jin.
Or so you think.
Spoilers!
That would be funny if like the game finishes after Act 1. It's like, you did it. Good job. And then there's a storm and everyone dies. So the end.
I mean,
Good job. Good job.
You
did it.
If we could incorporate that into a speedrun, that would be great.
Done did it.
Just make the storm kill everybody.
Yeah,
Outright.
exactly.
Like it did in history. More or less.
Sensei, you and Kenji.
But no, we gotta do the dirty handiwork.
Yep. You are the storm.
I am the storm.
This time, we'll
Thanks.
We need to clear the courtyard.
Jin the Storm Sakai.
What's that?
your move.
Sakai Storm.
So we've had the
Is that the name of your sword?
so
Is
we
that the
have
name of
the
my sword?
Sakai Shuffle.
I think that's the name of your sword.
What's with the sword?
Man,
Oh.
isn't it?
I
This is
just
awkward
remember
now.
I was playing Yakuza 0 and that one has a sword named Sakura Storm,
Can you
Oh, Sakura.
which is not Sakai.
Okay.
Sorry.
But you know, it's close. It's
But it's-
similar.
Yeah, I don't know if my sword is called
Jin,
Sakai Storm.
gates guarded.
Sakai.
I think I just call it the Sakai sword. Maybe.
I think so, yeah. Don't think it has any particular name.
I think
Yeah.
it does. Actually, I feel like I feel like there's a description or a lore thing.
may
Maybe
have turned against him?
I don't know
Yeah,
why. Or
maybe.
maybe it's just a cosmetic. Maybe it's the name of a cosmetic. I think it might be the name of a
I'll find
cosmetic.
another way over.
Oh yeah, the sheaves? That could be.
Yeah,
Yeah, probably.
I think one of those is called the Sakai Storm.
I mean, you know, we have the Sakai Shuffle, why not the Sakai Storm?
It's true.
That could be the brute. Which stance is that? The brute
Moon
one where
Stance?
How could you use
Moon
Shino's
stance where he's like
Mhm.
going around in circles. That's
Twirly,
that's
twirly,
Sakai
whirly.
Storm. Yeah, that's the Sakai. Yeah, I should yell out. I'm the Sakai Storm every time I do it.
There you are.
I love it.
I'll do it every time you do it. There should be, yeah. Well, maybe that's another game we could do. Okay, so the shield one where he goes the fast one. What should that be called?
Oh,
He's very fast. He's like that one. Yeah. I'm seeing it on my.
what element? That's water, right?
Yep. I mean, it's called Flowing Waters in the game, if I remember correctly.
Flowing water.
Flowing Water? The water stance
So,
one?
so what should Jin yell out as he's doing that? What would be
Getting flushed.
getting flushed? Okay, that's fine. We'll go with that.
Hold this
Okay, I give you a moment to think as we go into our first quote-unquote boss battle in the game against
battle, boss
battle.
shocking
First one?
Ryuzo, our old friend,
who is
betrayed us. So
his friend.
let's make quick work of him
What?
by
Ryuzo's
using the Dance of Wrath technique that you only
Yeah,
have
get
in
rid of
New Game Plus at this point in the game, because you can only ever get it in Act 2 and onwards, so you wouldn't have that here. But as you can already see, that makes quite quick work of our dear friend here, as you just have to use it 3 times, giving another whack, and that is the first quote-unquote boss battle / duel of the game done.
He just wants a burger.
Easy.
He just wants a burger. He's so weak. He hasn't had his
Aw.
burger.
Yeah, a lot of times boss fights I don't have all the resolves, so I don't get
Yeah.
to do that.
But boom, boom, boom! Right now, because it's that new game plus. New game plus. Boom, Ryuzo down. Friendship with Ryuzo ended.
Oh, no.
Boom. Maybe we'll got a new friend. Again. You got a new friend coming into town. You don't even know, Jin. You don't even know.
Speaking of which, Jin is really good at making friends, right? I mean, he just lost his best buddy, but in the very next quest, he immediately gets another one.
Friends.
Mm-hmm. He gets an upgrade. You know.
For sure.
The only problem with Norio is he likes fire a little too much.
Well, I mean, you know, he just has embraced his inner Michael Bay. You know, he just wants to follow in Jin's footsteps by throwing bombs and stuff. He's just a little bit more literal with it, you know. Like,
Exactly.
this relationship is fire, quite literally.
White. Climbing. Gotta go find Uncle. Climbing, Uncle.
So Sakai Flush and Sakai Stab.
Uncle!
There's the one with the
Or the Sakai
spear
kick.
one.
Sakai kick. Sakai kick.
But now this just starts to sound like, you know, an anime where they just yell out their attacks every time they do them.
Yes, exactly.
Do you go back and forth with the stances, or do you have like a favorite one that you kind of?
It's most of the time it's the water stands, I want to say, and the stone stands.
Oh, really?
Like those
and the
two
stone.
are the ones that we use.
Okay, slash.
Well, also the
guess
wind,
there's-
also the wind stance against the spear guys, obviously.
Yeah.
But there's actually not a single use of the moon stance in the speedrun, like at all.
Well fought.
I love moon stance though. It's mainly because I feel like I'm in the where I'm always like taking on the big guys and I have to kick them. Kick.
It's just that the water stance is just about as effective against them, because if you hold down triangle, you know, to do these 5 quick strikes, you can also stagger the brutes with that. So there actually is not exactly a reason for the moon stance. Because, you know, the water stance is good against shielded enemies, and most of the big brutes have shields, and that works as well. So if they go for this shield bash attack against you, and you just do the flowing strikes attack, it immediately interrupts their attack, so they don't actually get to do the shield bash.
Oh man, I didn't know that. That's good to know.
It
Wow.
also works in Legends, so just saying.
Yeah, I just
wait.
don't. I think I abuse. I don't use water stance enough. Big. I do. I notice it.
And it's the same for the brutes that wield these two-handed axes. When they are about to attack you and you get these flowing strikes in quickly enough, it also staggers them. So
It interrupts. All
yeah.
right. Good to know. Good to know.
that is why we basically see no reason to use moonstance.
Moonstance. Okay, so you heard it here first. Water's the way to go. Be water, as Bruce Lee says, y'all.
Exactly. We're just, you know, following his philosophy.
May your hunt
Be that water.
Stay
Right.
hydrated.
Floaties.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated,
y'all.
definitely. Just about to take a drink, actually. Once I talk to Yuna here. Hello, Yuna.
What did your uncle say?
Gotta talk to you now.
Do we have time for a donation?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
All right, I got 10 euros from Slaven again,
Oh.
who puts it towards kill, which puts kill ahead of spare again. So
Ooh.
a little bit
Right.
of war going on there. With the comments, my nephew's dad paid over 1k for a PS5 for his Christmas, which is
Oh,
outrageous.
man.
I would have rather waited and paid a normal price.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
I feel like that's the point where you like have
I've seen
a
what
child
others do to
and go, hey buddy,
Can't imagine
you're
what
gonna
you're
get
doing.
the system, but you need to understand some things about the world, about the economy, and about how people are garbage.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Like I feel
Oh,
like
yeah.
that would be why. I mean, again, I don't have children, so I, obviously this is all supposition. But like, I don't know why. But if you got the money, dang, just go do it. I guess.
Wait, seriously? 10k? Seriously? 10k?
That insult
I think it was
Why?
1K. I think it was
1K.
1k.
Okay.
1K.
Oh, okay, 1k.
Tell me about this woman who saved
A
you.
single K, so double.
You know
It's a little
But
better,
still.
but still.
in a fight.
Yeah.
Kawa
That's
said
the-
she's
yeah.
a thief.
Oof.
She can be a little rough.
I'd be like, use the PS4 Pro until it dies.
It's still good.
The battles ahead will be
It's
difficult.
still good. It's
Good.
still great. It's a perfectly good machine.
You have
It
my
is.
does
Use
really
PS2
well.
because it's a beast.
Yeah, exactly.
And I
Give it a-
still haven't. Yeah, I haven't played a lot of PlayStation 5 games yet. I just have the Miles Morales, and that's it.
I mean, that's
there aren't really a lot.
kind of the thing,
what?
actually. Like, if I would have a PlayStation 5, I think the only game that I would be playing right now on it that isn't the PlayStation 4 port would be the Demon's Souls remake, because I'm a sucker
mean,
for those type of games. Like, I
It's-
played
it's
all of those from
excellent.
software games.
I love Demon's Souls.
However,
so good. I love
for me personally, at the end of April, Returnal is gonna be released. I think that's what it's called.
Eternal looks really
And
fantastic.
that looks really interesting. Like, I really like that.
It does. It looks really great.
So, yeah.
Burning wood.
Also, this whole speedrunning thing with faster load times and stuff, so... You know.
Yeah, you got to get those load times, Ash.
Yeah.
But then even the people speedrunning this on a PlayStation 5 haven't been able to beat my records, so...
Bam!
So now it's going to be really awkward when you can't beat your record even on a PS5.
It will be, definitely.
And I was like, what? Ah.
You just gotta use the old hardware, guys. You know, PlayStation 5 doesn't do anything for you.
I mean, I'm most excited about Stray.
I
'Cause
know.
I want
Me
to play that adorable little cat. Be
Stray.
in like future robot land. That's the game I'm looking forward to.
Oh, is that the one where you just play the cat?
Yeah, I don't know. It's so there's nothing out about it other than like the trailer video, which is like
yeah.
that's a
Oh,
cat with a
yeah.
backpack, and I want to know everything about. I want to know everything about that
I've
cat.
totally forgotten about that one.
Give our people hope.
But yeah, and
Right.
the world looks interesting too because there's no humans as far as we can see, and it's just robots. So it's like, you know, I want to figure out what happened to this world. You know, if we get to learn.
And again, like I was saying, cats are not. On our stream earlier, we were talking about how dogs are the preferred animal to interact with and have in games. But like, we don't have a lot of games with cats in them, like petable, you know, adorable cats. So why not have more cats, more cat representation? Thank you.
Yeah.
Cat presentation.
Catitation. I mean, I guess it's just a little bit harder to make. Well, I don't want to say to make cats interesting, but you know, you can definitely easier make a dog a companion that fits a purpose inside of a game.
Well, yeah,
than
I mean,
it is a cat, because it's easier to domesticate them, right? To make them do stuff in a way.
Yeah, the cat will just go off on its own adventure.
Saving the world. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna go wander over there and lick my butt or something.
There's a cat in Miles Morales.
There is.
There's a great cat in Miles Morales. That's probably the next big cat. I feel like, I guess, in the cats, when they are used, they seem there's more of them. Hopefully, I don't know. I just want more cats. I think I'm just also animal starved because of pandemic. Because normally I don't have any, but I'm, you know, I always, you know, pet sit my friends and things, or go over and hang out with their animals. But you know, there's none of that happening.
Yeah.
But soon. Once we're all vaccinated,
Hopefully.
I'm glad you came, you know.
once we can travel again and do wonderful things and not worry about this pandemic.
I'm like scratching my head at the moment, actually, of thinking of a game where a cat or a cat-like character is like prominently featured.
Yeah.
I mean, you can count The Sims.
Yeah. Sims.
Well, dirty little secret, I have never played any Sims game. I've only ever heard about them, so I wouldn't know that.
I've watched Sims games,
Is it,
but I've never played them.
is it like
yeah,
a
Sims I've never
sitcom? Watching that. I mean, the only thing that I've ever heard about the Sims games is how can I drown my husband so I can get the inheritance and stuff like that. It's like, okay, you do you, internet people.
I love it.
You know,
I love
just
it.
put them in the pool and then sell the ladder so he can't get out and drowns. It's easy as that. I guess. I don't know.
Say, Dice, are your arms getting sore yet, or your chest?
No. I need more money,
Needs
please.
more.
More donations.
Well, good you say that, because I've got a €10 donation
It's a lot.
Oh, yes.
from 3.6. God, how do I pronounce that?
Mario!
I'll find him.
Sorry.
Runtigen?
Also, here's Earl.
Probably right. He says, y'all are some awesome actors. Be honorable, be samurai.
6 men.
Well, about
So I think
that,
that's enough. Oh, hey, look at that jerk. Hello. Hey, goodbye.
Kushi Temple was spared.
Hey, guy.
Akashima.
What's up, monk? Bye, monk.
so here we have Norio, the noble
Bye, Norio.
best friend that we just made. And he, you know, he really wants to talk to us. He really wants us to tell his story. And I mean, he does, but I guess Jin has other things on
Jin's
mind.
busy. Jin's busy. He's busy. I
Because,
get it.
you know, bye. Norio.
Bye.
See ya.
You go do you. Look at that's me. I'll hang out here.
Yeah, like you know,
I'll see you.
even
Everybody.
the game tells you, hey, go back and listen to Norio, but his dialogue actually finishes before this countdown can ever reach 0. So we just leave.
And we're in Act 2.
Yes.
Act 2.
We've made it.
Are we? Do you? So 1 hour and 30. Is that good? Bad for you?
Yeah, how are we doing?
I think it's a little bit behind.
Dang it.
But we still have a few other things coming up. An interesting thing is, if you remember a little bit back, after we did the Tale of Sensei Ishikawa, I actually went ahead and did this little shopping trip to buy our first black powder bombs and explosive arrows. Now we've actually noticed that you can skip that particular shopping trip and save a little bit of time. Interestingly enough, however, even though I started doing that, I still haven't been able to go faster afterward. Like, you know, the same split that we do there, it was always slower than what I did than when I did the shopping. And that like boggles my mind a little bit. I have no idea why that is, because it should be faster because I don't have to go to do that shopping trip. But apparently it isn't. And it also adds a little bit of marathon safety, so I just went ahead and did it in this one. But yeah, I'm really questioning the time save there. Because, you know, on paper it should be faster because you're just cutting that out completely. But it somehow isn't. And that is just, I don't know. I question that a lot. But yeah, we have finally made our way into Act 2. We have finally achieved our goal of the first act. You know, we rescued our Dunkel. But now the Mongols hold up in Castle Shimura. And we go to liberate that. But we need even more allies to do that because, you know, we need an army to take a castle. So let's gather more allies here. While we ride around the countryside to Yarikawa to hopefully get those people rallied to our cause. But those are like really unfriendly people for various reasons. You know, because Lord Shimura has a little bit mean to them, I want to say.
I was afraid that you were lost to us, Earl.
Oh, I'm back. I'm
frozen
here.
for a little bit.
Back. I'm alive.
With a cup of coffee. Is that coffee?
It is coffee.
Oh, jeez. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but it is like 4:24 a.m. my time here.
Oh my goodness.
Oh goodness, Aish, you need some coffee.
Then again, I'm actually not a coffee drinker, so yeah.
Oh, or some tea. Red Bull?
Tea could work, I guess. Some black tea or something.
Are you usually up this late?
No. I actually, that is why I left your guys' stream a little bit early, so I could catch some shut-eye before doing this
get
one.
a little nap.
Oh boy.
Good.
It wasn't actually a nap though, it was more like a dozing off for like 3 hours or so, and then I had to get up again.
Just a bit of shut-eye.
Yeah.
Not actual sleep. Just,
Recharge a little bit. I will get my sleep once we are done here.
What time is like the most ideal for you to do a run?
What's your prime time?
I think it doesn't actually matter that much. I mean, obviously, normally I wouldn't be up at this hour. I would be sleeping. But it doesn't really matter that much to me, simply because at this point I have done this run so much I could basically do it in my sleep, I want to say. I mean, I'm not actually going to do it, but... maybe we can try that next time, you know, just don't wake me up, just hand me a controller in my sleep, hook it up to a camera, and let's go. I know. Sleep percent, or sleep percent, I don't know, something like that. See somebody challenge that run.
Yeah.
Did your parents
Sleep percent run.
Something like that.
Yeah. There's a lot of, I guess, I mean, yeah, in Europe it's pretty late right now, so
It is.
everyone's up late.
I think at this time it's more early than late, I want to say.
Oh yeah, it's gotten early.
Early or late, depending on how you view it.
I mean, then again, it is the weekend, so let's go with late, I guess.
Oh yeah, weekend. Yeah, it's Sunday tomorrow. What are you doing tomorrow?
Sleeping.
Sleeping? Good.
I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm just so pumped up that I actually don't need any sleep tomorrow. Who knows?
Just keep going.
Yeah. I'm on fire.
don't see how we can make it to the rest.
Having that big of a Mongol barbecue going on here, I'm like literally on fire afterwards.
Taka's right. Too risky.
It's like 1
The
p.m.
entrance
in
used to be over
Japan.
there, behind that white tree.
Let's hope the
Noon?
Mongols haven't found it.
Yeah.
We just have to
Just
find a
check.
way.
Maybe.
Anyway.
Should be something like that, I guess.
Let's go.
Can't believe I'm risking my life coming back to this. No,
This was your idea.
I need to prove my worth to your uncle.
Alright, so, you know, we gotta sneak through this whole Mongol camp here. It's the biggest Taka I've ever seen, so what are we ever gonna do? Well, you know, rolling. Just keep rolling, like that Limp Bizkit song, you know.
Keep rolling.
Rolling, yeah!
You ready to run?
Rolling. Yeah, old school.
Just follow me.
Boy.
Making Fred Durst references, and we're not talking.
Hey guys, guess what?
What? What?
10.
10 more.
10 more.
What
We
is
got,
Is
we
it a
got
kill?
10 more euros from Slaven with a continuation of the
Okay.
nephew's PlayStation 5 saga.
Probably why
Oh,
we
yes.
dark this long.
He
Who is
says,
this? Yes?
it's someone in chat.
Yeah, I know. But they haven't.
He says, my nephew is 9 years old and he's got my account on his PlayStation 5 and played Cold War on next gen before me, who paid for the PlayStation 4 version for both of us.
Ouch.
Nice.
Family still
Wow.
Also, donation goes to Runner's Choice.
down in rebellion.
Runner's choice, kill!
Oh,
Wow, more kill.
I just doesn't even need to think about it. It's just kill.
So it shall be.
Nope.
Okay, we're going for that kill.
A disturbance.
Well, it has a particular reason for me, and that
Well, 'cause
is when I do a
one-
speedrun of this, whenever I do not break my record, I will spare Lord Shimura, and whenever I do break my record, I will kill him. So, you know.
Oh, so we want kill.
Exactly.
Worry. The toast
Okay,
and
all right, that's interesting. Now we've.
You know, and I haven't
No,
killed him
no,
in a
no.
bit, so, you know, I'm up for some blood here.
The invaders. People here have bad memories of Lord Shimura. If they're going to survive,
Dunkel gonna pay.
everyone needs to let go
I'm
of
guessing
Oh,
you save him more often than kill, huh? I guess.
Lately, yes. I mean, at the beginning, I was killing him off pretty regularly, but ever since I set that 3 hour 22:51 record, I haven't been killing him a bit. So, you know, I'm out for some blood here.
Let's find Taka. Ujima-sa is a fool.
He can
But yeah, while that comment was being read, I actually showed off something new that we discovered. You've seen me do this Dance of Wrath to, you know, skip this walkie-talkie section, as that is actually a little bit faster than just having to walk that distance. And after that, I climbed the ladder and actually jumped out of the town of Yarikawa here to go ahead
Yeah.
and meet the Mongols. And that immediately triggers the cutscene that happens outside the gate. So you don't actually have to wait for the dialogue to finish until that cutscene actually triggers.
That's pretty brilliant.
I guess it's just a way from the developers to stop you just going out there and immediately slaughtering all these Mongols. So the story can actually play out the intended way. But, yeah, well. I mean, we could totally take on all these Mongols outside. I have absolutely zero doubt about that. But developers say no, so we can't. Once again.
Story.
Yeah.
Story.
God
You
damn
need
you.
to enjoy the work that we put in.
God damn you, Manelli, and your awesome QA work.
No glitches. All story all the time.
Story.
What's he doing here?
Couldn't you just suck at your job just a little
Story.
bit? You know?
Story.
Story.
Any objection? Story.
Well, you know, at least we can skip the cutscenes on New Game Plus, so we don't have to watch that every time.
Pulled out
It's true, it's
to
true.
use them.
But
The game-
story.
You've already seen it before, but story. I know you've already seen this story.
3,
Story.
4 men.
Add a little more story. I know you can pass that stuff. It's still story.
We used to come here to catch cricket.
Oh yeah, I think I haven't said that earlier when I was listing the advantages that we have the New Game Plus run over a fresh save file run. Because as you can see by the estimate, the New Game Plus run takes about 3.5 hours. If you do a speed run from a fresh save file, it will take you, well, around 7 hours to get through the game. So, let's, you know, about double the time.
Tracks lead to this house.
Oh, also, I guess one of my questions, I don't know if anyone knows this, but is there a clear, finite number of total supplies on the island?
Goes unmatched. They've been
Do you
sleeping
think?
at least 30
And would there be a way for someone to do a all supply run. Like a speed run that is specifically you don't have, whatever. All you have to do is get all of the supplies, not just not ammo, not whatever, no, just supplies. I wonder.
I think they
Not
kinda respawn because some of the Mongol patrols just respawn indefinitely, and you can get supplies from those.
Of course.
I am not completely sure about the supplies that you can just go ahead and pick up from the ground, though.
Yeah, I know. So now I'm just like, what happened?
So not including the stuff that the Mongols
Yeah.
drop.
Or what if someone did an all flowers run? That'd be really cute. That'd take a really long time.
Yeah, I wonder
But
if those
that'd be
respawn too, though.
Must be the archers.
I don't know.
Oh, do they? I don't think the flowers
know.
respond.
Really? They're all set?
I don't
I
think
thought
the
the flowers
flowers do. I think there really are a finite amount of them, yeah.
I think there's a clearly finite amount of stars.
There's a
or
lot of them.
flowers. It's like 100, or I think before the legends came out, it was like I don't know.
There's a whole bunch of them. Like you can get, one of the other speedrunners actually did get all the flowers because he wanted to, gear up for New Game Plus, and he got all the cosmetics and stuff, and then still kept on collecting the flowers. And I think he still had about 500 of them or so left over. It might have been only 200. I might get the numbers mixed up here, so don't completely trust me on that number. But it was a lot. So I don't know about running around the island and picking up about 500 flowers or so. I don't know.
Hey, it's a challenge.
It is a challenge. It definitely is a challenge of trying to stay awake during the whole process, I want to say. Oh, where are all of you coming from? Ah,
Get him.
Get it, go.
Get him.
Go, Ash. Go.
please? Oh, my sword isn't fire anymore?
I feel like that'd be funny if there was a flower picking category. It's
You
like
know,
fastest run 50 flowers.
The thing is, all of the categories and rules for the categories are at the end of the day decided upon by the community itself. So, as long as there are enough people vocal about wanting to do that, it is a thing that might very well happen. So
I feel like
now
flower
that you
run-
have planted the idea in people's heads, flowers might sprout from it.
For
So
a flower run.
just putting that out there.
Just putting it out there. Flower runs.
I can,
It's such good theming,
I can
Also,
like,
who doesn't like flowers? You get cool cosmetics from, yeah.
I can already see the comments on the speedrun Discord. Like, we need flower percent, and oh my god.
Yes. Fastest to 50.
Lord Sakai, go back.
Because then I feel like it's gonna be a whole nother idea.
Mm.
Because that'd be a whole. I don't know. I think it's.
Jin the
It still
pacifist doesn't want to
Yeah,
liberate the island. He just wants to go around picking flowers.
Exactly.
I'm honored to
Because I'm a passive. Yeah.
Because he's a pacifist.
only the best.
Oh right, yeah.
I'll see you again.
Yeah, well,
These cosmetics will bring peace.
Do a fashion show.
Yeah, exactly.
With the
You're gonna.
Mongols.
That's how you're gonna slay the Khan.
What if I did that? I kill all the Mongols just to be in front of Khan and be like, "Behold,
Yeah.
flowers,
Slay.
friendship.
Yastin slay.
Jin Slay." Oh, that's another name for.
Well, the Sakai Slay,
Slay.
wouldn't that be?
That's
Sakai
when he
Slay.
does the death. That's when he does the death drop. He just does a little death drop. Does a little Sakai slay.
They're at the main gates.
How many people have gotten injured doing that? What is it? Drop? Death drop?
Death drop? I don't know.
And get them to the key.
Probably a lot.
Right? It doesn't look
some-
healthy.
It doesn't hurt if you do it right.
I know.
It's just sequencing. You're just sequencing down, and you're technically lower most of your weight goes down. Well, yeah. But they're using the skeletal structure to help, brace for it, because it's you go along the outside and you bend in to sort of get you.
But you can do it wrong. I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. You do it wrong. People do it wrong all the time. You'd probably break your knee if you did it wrong.
I know. I'm so worried.
Okay, I
But
don't
that's why
think
we
I've
trade.
heard of that before. What is the death drop?
Death drop is a move that's done in voguing and drag performance, essentially where the performer goes from a full sort of standing, like up pirouette position to completely flat on the ground while spinning and turning. You've
Okay.
probably seen it. It's really popular in a lot of contemporary dance now. But yeah, it was originally attributed to the voguing, ballroom, and drag world as a dramatic
See,
finishing move.
people, you can learn new stuff while watching a speedrun and the commentary that goes along with it. Because I haven't heard of that before.
There you go.
It is quite
Broadening
impressive.
horizons. It is.
Also,
It's
remember
really-
when I told you guys about those smoke bombs? Yeah, well, you know, that technique comes in handy quite here, because normally you would have to kill all these Mongols before you're
Nope.
able to disable those trebuchets, but, you know, just use a
Right,
smoke
just
bomb.
nope your way out.
Nobody knows what the hell is happening, and all of these Mongols in the
Nobody even knew
background.
you were there.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they're looking pretty confused to me.
What just happened? Who's that guy? What?
Yeah. Where are
Did
trebuchets?
anyone... Why is it so smoky? Did someone fart? Everyone's just like, what happened? And then all of a sudden, I think the trebuchet's broken. What? How? I don't know. Someone farted. Oh, okay.
It
How
was a
strong
it was a very destructive fart. Yeah. It was, yeah. Pudding for trebuchets.
Yeah.
That's the general.
And then all the Mongols are just confused. They're just like, what's going on? Do you hear that? Do you smell that?
Who had beans for dinner? Who was it?
Man, it is smoky. And what are you doing in this tent? You know, people are just like, all the Mongols.
I mean, it's even outside, you know. I think that makes it even worse with all the smoke there. Like, holy crap! Can you imagine? Dude, what did you eat?
That's the real. That's the real smoke bomb.
That's a
Suits.
that's a. I mean, that's basically the original smoke bomb, right?
What's happened?
The original recipe. Anyway, here's Temuge, just, you know, Dance of Wrath and
Yep, dance of wrath him out.
Dance of Poot.
You die.
Oh yeah, take it. That's right. Tim will get it.
And that's Temuge.
You changed the armor for this one. Is
Yes.
there-
Oh yeah. I think I didn't explain that earlier. We have different charm loadouts for different kinds of armor. Depending on the situation that we use them. Like, I said earlier that we have a specific charm loadout for the ghost armor to increase the percentage chance of the enemies getting terrified when I kill one, because initially you have a 40% chance, but with the charms we equip on the ghost armor we have a 90% chance. Roundabout if the math works out. But then, you know, having a terror effect in a duel doesn't do you much good, because your duel opponent won't run away, because for obvious reasons. And so we switched to the Sakai armor, which we have loaded up with damage increasing charms, so we deal more damage when we attack him. And that is actually why we can finish these duels in 3 uses of the Dance of Wrath. And then later on, you will also see me use the Gosaku's armor with increased stagger damage, and also the Kensei armor for one very particular fight, which we will get on, you know, when we get there.
Oh yeah, we love that Kensei.
Also,
I just
the quest coming up, Ghosts from the Past, is like, you know, every speedrunner's bane, I want to say.
Oh, okay.
Simply because in a new game plus speedrun, it serves absolutely no purpose whatsoever. Because, as you can see very soon, the whole purpose of the Ghosts of the Past quest is, of course, to give us a little bit more backstory for Jin and Yuriko, which we completely skipped because we skipped the cutscenes. We are also supposed to get the Sakai armor, Jin's family armor, which we are actually wearing right at this very moment. So we already have it. We don't have to retrieve it. I don't know. And we also get the blowgun with the poison darts, which are also in our possession. So, like, every reason that this quest is in the main game has absolutely no purpose in the New Game Plus run. So, yeah, we are a little bit salty about that we have to do it.
sorry.
Sorry.
I mean, if you play it casually, you know, it's a very fun quest. Yuriko is just a great character, and the whole quest line with her. It's just absolutely fantastically done.
True.
Like, I think everybody
true.
can connect to this particular story in a way if you've seen your grandparents get older, or even your parents or another relative. It's really touching.
Shout out to Karen Hui for portrayal of ladies.
Also, interesting fact, normally, or initially, we didn't use the blowgun during the speedrun because if you poison a Mongol, you get this flashback scene with Lord Shimura, you know, you're talking about honor again.
Oh,
and, obviously, you don't want to trigger that cutscene because you cannot skip it. It is like a 20 to 30 second time loss or something that you just have to eat up. However, that cutscene will only trigger after you have, per the story, gotten the blowgun. So up until this point, I was perfectly fine with, you know, poisoning Mongols, and I didn't get the cutscene for it. However, once I finish this quest and do have the blowgun in my possession per the story, I will get that cutscene now. So from this point onward, we will never use the blowgun again.
No more blowgun. So blowgun works in Act 1,
Exactly.
basically, if you're doing a New Game Plus. That's
Yeah.
cool. Good to know. Good to know.
I mean, it would also work in the quest that I did leading up to this point during the
just now.
Yarikawa, but there is no good place to use it there because the blowgun is kind of slow to use. And, yeah.
Good to know. Tips and tricks, y'all.
Yeah.
If anyone's gonna join.
I mean, that is really the thing with this particular speedrun. You have to look for these little things to try and work out because, you know, the QA team took care of all the big issues, so to speak, so we can't rely on those. We really have to look for the minute details here and there to try and make your run go faster. Yeah, like the rolling. That is obviously something they missed.
Tumble Gin.
Yes. So,
Feel
you
like
know, Sucker Punch, maybe for the next game, leave a few things in there for us to find and use.
Give us things to exploit.
Yeah, like we actually had one runner or one person who wanted to be a runner because she actually is speedrunning all the Infamous games that are also done by Sucker Punch. And you know, she was really looking forward to speedrunning Ghost of Tsushima. However, once she saw how quote-unquote slow it is or unexploitable it is, it just kind of was a turning point for her, as she thought that that run just wasn't, well, you know, to her liking in a way. And then she never actually got a run in, sadly. But, you know, people like to exploit stuff.
Yeah. No exploits.
No capes.
No capes.
No capes and exploits.
I can watch that. I'd like to watch her do a Second Son so I can watch. I have to beat it in hard to get that trophy.
Oh yeah, she probably has a speedrun for that. Pretty sure of it.
He's at the cemetery.
I wonder how fast it is.
Also, this is Yuriko. Yuriko is a lovely person. However, she's also the only NPC that we cannot hurry along by all these jumping shenanigans you've seen me do over the course of the run. Oh yeah, I think I've never explained that.
Alive.
You have a lot of these walkie-talkie sections during the game, you know, where you're just walking alongside an NPC and they give you sort of these short talks here. And what the game does is it slows down all of your movement speed, except for your jump. So normally whenever one of these occurrences start happening, I would just jump along to hurry that up a little bit. However, Yuriko is completely unfazed by that, you know, by Jin's shenanigans of jumping around like a monkey. So, yeah. Just have to wait for her to get to her destination.
Yuriko
No
will
hurrying along
not be
women.
Lady Yuriko will not be.
I mean,
like,
technically, what you could do is you could push her. Like, you could just, you know, get behind her character model and just, you know, egg her on like that. But I don't know. I'm just not a, you know, granny pusher. I'm not doing that.
Not a granny pusher.
That's good.
Good
I mean,
on you for not being a bully.
I mean, even though this was a pretty long walk, it only saves about 2 seconds or so, and I'm quite content to not save those 2 seconds if it means I don't have to push her. So,
You don't have to push an old lady the whole time.
Yeah.
Hey, Yuriko, come on. Hey, hurry up. Come on. No one.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's 2 seconds I could save, and probably some people in the speedrun community are like, oh my god, how can I not take these 2 seconds? But, well, I'm just that kind of person, I guess.
You're taking the classy route, Aish. That's it. That's what you're doing. You're not gonna bully the elderly.
know,
That's not you.
We have to preserve a little bit of our honor here, right? We've
But we're
given
still
up.
gonna kill Uncle.
Yeah, well, we're gonna, we're giving up so much honor during the course of this game. We can at least adhere to a little shred of it. Yeah. Also, where's my horse?
right.
That's my horse.
Wait, where are we right now with the kill or spare? Are we? How's
All right,
the-
let me check up on that. By the looks of it, a kill is ahead. It's 40 euros against 36 euros.
All right.
So if oh, excuse me, 50 euros versus 36.
Oh.
So does that mean that Dice has to do 10 more?
No, he already did that then.
Ah.
I just forgot to refresh the page.
Ah. Also, normally you're supposed to do the standoff against these Ronin because the Sakai armor has a perk that increases your standoff streak. However, we found out it's just easier to, or faster rather, to, run into these Ronin, drop a smoke bomb, and just assassinate them.
Nice.
So we do that. I mean, who has time for standoffs,
You
right?
said earlier you've been making thousands.
Too serious.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Stronger. Enough to kill a man.
No.
And again, we are talking and walking with Yuriko. We cannot hurry her along unless we push her, so we're not gonna do that.
Oh,
So,
That's not-
Sorry.
Sure.
we are not a grandma pusher. No, no, no.
sit with me a moment.
Don't push your grandma, folks. don't do it.
I mean, that's just common courtesy, right? I don't know. I mean, who pushes their grandma? I mean, technically,
people
she
that-
isn't Jin's grandma, yes, but she
People
kind
that got
of is.
places to go. People that won't take no for an answer. People that would have made the poison on their own without Yuriko's help.
Fair point. Fair point.
And racists.
Maybe.
Sad but true.
Yuriko was right.
Don't push your grandma. It means you're gonna.
Don't push your grandma.
Don't push other people's grandmas either. Just don't push grandmas. They don't need to be pushed.
What kind of person are you even talking to if you have to explicitly tell them to not push their grandma? Like,
I don't know. Sometimes you just gotta be real clear about the boundaries.
I mean, yeah.
Don't push Lady
but still.
Yuriko. Don't do it. Just say no.
Say no to grandma pushing.
Say no to grandma pushing.
Does this need to be a sticker? Do we need that nowadays?
Just say no.
Like,
To granny pushing. Man.
I mean,
Or what if it's like granny pushing in like the way like you're a drug pusher, so it's just people selling grandmas. You want someone to bake you cookies and tuck you in at night? You want someone to tell you about the good old days?
sometimes you just go to a place and you see a sticker and you just wonder, why did they have to put up that sticker? Like, don't urinate in this place and some such. And what if you would go to a retirement home and you would have these stickers like, don't push the grannies? Like, what would be the incident that, necessitated a sticker like that to be put up at a retirement home?
Hey you.
Like,
Hey you. You want to buy a grandma? You want to buy a gram? Hey you. Looking for a grandma? We got ones in the 70s. We got ones in the 60s. You want a tall grandma? You want a short grandma? We got ones that bake. We got ones that cook. We got ones that clean. We got ones that just tell you that you're doing great.
That's so tall.
And the ones that judge you.
oh
Yeah, we've got judgy grandmas.
We have many of those.
We got disapproving grandmas. Any grandma you like, just say the word.
But can they all bake cookies? I think that's the big question.
I mean, I guess that now we'd have to think about what makes the grandma a grandma.
What's so funny?
Well,
Is it just having a child and having that child have a child? Is that it? Is that the only criteria
You are three.
to be a grand person?
Can somebody look that up in the Oxford Dictionary or something?
Yeah, if they're
what's
just
the
old
definition?
people, would they not?
They're
be
just-
red?
what if they're just elderly
Children.
people? What if they're elderly people whose children decided that they didn't want to have kids? And so now they're like they're never gonna be grandparents.
Oh
so now
no,
you have to buy
I will be a mom forever. Also,
now you have to
Yuriko.
buy them.
I don't remember.
And that's how you become. That's
Okay,
how they become.
so this is the first time that I was too fast for Yuriko, so she couldn't catch up. Interesting.
Oh,
We know that now that can happen.
Oh no! Did you lose?
too fast.
I'll go
Did you lose
find
time?
a campfire.
Probably.
You sleep out
Dang.
Oh
We'll see.
no.
But yeah, that is actually a thing in this game. Like, you want to go fast, but you don't want to go too fast. Because if you go too fast, or rather, if you go too far away from your allies, they will just stop dead in their tracks and wave at you to come and get them, to pick them up again, you know, like the grandma from the retirement home here. And, well, you know, going too fast
So you're
actually loses your time then.
So you're telling me we gotta go fast, but not too fast.
Exactly. You know, you want to go at the right amount of fast.
You want to go Sonic a little, but also maybe some tails. Maybe balance it out with a little bit of Knuckles, and then round it over with a bit of Shadow. Is that what you're telling me? Just try and
Yeah.
try and keep it all.
I think that allegory works. Yeah, I think we can make that work. However,
Sometimes
you know, miss me with those new age knuckle missions in the Sonic games where you just have to run around all these stages collecting these emerald shards or whatever the hell they are.
Oh,
Like, who the
oh
hell thought
gosh.
of that? Like,
the new-
seriously.
yeah, the
Dudes.
newer Sonics. Let's not talk about those. Those are.
I like those
I
stages.
haven't played it.
Really? Nobody likes them. Like,
I used to run Sonic Adventure 2.
I mean,
Oh, really?
That's fair, but those stages suck.
Oh man, I could.
You get good RNG, they're fun.
Now I just want to listen to some Crush 40.
What's that?
Crush 40 is the name of the band of the composer who did the music for the Sonic games,
Oh,
and
okay.
specifically the theme song for Sonic Adventure 2, which is
I mean, the music is great. The music is great, no doubt about
It's
that.
lots
But
of fun.
those knuckle stages, or when you're playing the the dark side, when you're playing with Rouge, is that her name? The bat?
Oh
I think
yeah,
it's Rouge.
Rouge.
Yes, she's called Rouge.
Oh, Rouge the Bat.
I hated those stages so much. Like,
I was watching the Grumps do play through, and they were doing the one where you have to be Rouge, and like you have to fly up each of the ascending platforms as the lava keeps going up. I don't know if you remember that one, but that game. Umugi Prefecture.
I mean, let's be serious here. You play a Sonic game to go fast, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
You do.
why the hell
You do.
I have to collect these emeralds? Like, that's not fast.
Why do they?
I mean, it
why
can
do
be
they
fast.
Make you go slow.
Yeah, but
When they tell you've got to go fast.
I just want to run around all these loops and impossible jumps and grind on rails and space and do all that kind of fun stuff. I don't want to go digging in the dirt for a crystal. Like, come on. Really?
All right. So where are we? Where are we going now?
We're going to Umugi Cove because now that we have secured allies and we have retrieved the Sakai armor and the blowgun and got some more backstory, all that's left to do for us to proceed in Act 2 is to go to Umugi Cove and find a smuggler so that he can get a message out to the Shogun on the mainland, because, you know, we have this sea blockade from the Mongols all around the island that you cannot just easily breach with one ship, apparently. So we need an expert seafarer to, you know, do that very thing, so the Shogun actually knows what the hell is happening on Tsushima Island, that we are being invaded by these Mongol forces. So we will make our way through these swamplands right here, and yeah, go and see if we can find this particular smuggler who apparently owes a debt to Lord Shimura. And we get all the patrols along the way. I have never seen you two dudes being here, so hello. They really
So
want
many
their
patrols.
spot in the spotlight, I guess. But that is also a
Goodbye.
thing that is just up to RNG at this point, is you get all these random patrols, somewhere in the world, and sometimes you get a lot of them en route where, you know, we actually need to go. Sometimes you don't. And whenever you get a patrol, it's probably like, I don't know, 1 to 2 second time loss at least, because you kind of have to circumvent them, especially if there are archers around. Because they will just, you know, shoot you off your horse, and then you have to run around on foot until you can get your horse back, because obviously you cannot summon it while you are still in combat, and it can get a little bit ugly. Well, ugly time-wise speaking. You can still outrun all of them. But,
Good old
yeah.
random number generators.
Yep.
Sometimes they work for you. Sometimes they will crap in your face.
Yep, definitely. And that is actually the thing that really surprised me about this particular speedrun, because there's actually quite a few things that are just up to RNG. You know, like, will this enemy get terrified and run away, or will I have to go and actually go and, well, kill him?
Yeah.
Will this patrol be in my way? Do I have to circumvent that or not? And, yeah. But, you know, on the other side, it keeps the run fresh, because it isn't always the same thing. You actually do have to, you know, be on your toes and just make up strategies. Not exactly on the fly, but you just have to make do what is happening around you in a way. And that, you know, keeps it interesting. It's not just, you know, that you go ahead and fly on autopilot or something for 3.5 hours. It's a bit the same as we did yesterday during the Legends speedrun. Because the enemy placements are to a certain extent random, so you just have to, you know, run around the area, see which spawns you get, and then just make up your strategy how you're going to tackle that particular instance of that map. Same with the modifiers, you know, they just keep things fresh. Of course, it would be easier for us to compete against other speedrunners if everything would be the same and it would be static, because it would just be up to the player's skill alone. But it would also make it a little bit less interesting to just keep running it, you know, if it would always be the same. I mean, then again, you go ahead and take a look at a speedrun of Super Mario 1 and you know, I mean, there are basically 1 billion people doing that speedrun, and that's been basically perfected over the years. And that is still fun to watch, because it's just so precise, and basically every little mistake will cost you your record. There's like no doubt about that.
It is a precision. It's satisfying in its precision.
But then again, on the flip side, that is like, I don't know, a 5 minute and something speedrun at this point, I want to say. Just imagine having to do that for 3.5 hours, and holy hell.
Oof. Yeah, that's wild.
I think that would be... I mean, there's probably a game out there that does exactly that. I just can't think of any at the moment. Somebody correct me if that is wrong or right. But, yeah, no. I mean, basically, 2D platformers tend to be that way, because they are, you know, static, because they are from the NES area and whatnot, where everything had been programmed that way. I mean, there are still games out today which are being programmed the same way, so it's not only the games from the 80s and early 90s on the NES or Super NES or whatever, but it's just a whole different kind of speedrun. No.
Indeed.
And now that I've said that, I've probably made so many mistakes in that one statement that probably somebody out there is going, oh my god, that guy. Are there any Super Mario speedrunners among the viewers here?
It is time.
Anybody speedrunning Super Mario?
We are ready, my lord.
Stay alert and keep watch.
Anybody.
Anybody. Any Mario game. Whatsoever.
There's so many. So many Marios.
There actually is.
I'm curious how you met Goro.
Yes.
And they just keep doing it. I mean,
I burned his stuff.
is there any bad Mario game? And please don't bring up the CDI, okay? We all know about those games, but other than that, I don't think there's actually any bad mainline Super Mario game. At least I haven't played any who I said, oh my god, this Mario game sucks. At least I can't remember that.
I haven't played all of it, but every time I play it, yeah, every Mario game I played, it's very satisfying.
Where is your bow?
This way.
Yeah, for sure. Good job, Mario.
Thank you for a good
Growing gamers
Going, my lord.
since the 80s.
True.
do my best.
I don't think I've ever beaten the original Super Mario, actually.
Before I leave the coastline, there are too many
Yeah,
Really?
not fully.
I don't think so.
Because you can skip levels in that one.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think by saying that, I just revoked my gamer card from everybody right now.
Now the Mongols have it.
Mario
What?
64 is pretty bad. I think Mario 64. Well, that's one of the ones that I did have, and I really like Mario 64.
armies are formidable.
Mhm.
Our attack will catch them off
That was
guard.
like one of the first
Let's
ones
pray
that
that
that was
holds
like
true in the fort.
3D.
They'll
Like
number us.
you go.
But they cannot have
Yeah,
them
Mario
at
64
once.
is like
How long
legit.
can we keep the
I
elementals
love it.
surprised?
But I also hate it because it has the sort it has that old like that jank of like we're just understanding how 3D works. Like, oh, we're just understanding how render, like it's a lot of fun, obviously I feel like as far as like controls and stuff like that, like current like Odyssey and all those ones have gotten way better at how all
For
of
sure.
that looks and feels. Like, I feel like there's a lot of jello-y, floaty moments in Super Mario 64, which at the same time sort of helps work for it. And it has all these, like, and the camera, God. Oh, the camera for Super Mario 64. Oh, Jeebus.
But I mean, you pretty much hit the nail on the head there because that was exactly the point where we were on this transitional stage into 3D games. Yep. So it just makes sense, that all the kings hadn't been ironed out yet at that point.
Yeah. Oh, I also saw in chat. Yes, that is Jin Sakai, the actor Daisuke Tsuji who plays Jin up here, and I'm the voice actor for Norio.
Well, maybe it's actually the time in the run where we should do another roll call, just to get people up to speed who we actually are. Well, obviously, hi there, I'm Ishma, I'm your speedrunner for this game. And these two wonderful people are...
I am Daisuke Tsuji. I am Jin Sakai. I do push-ups for every euro that is donated.
Every money unit donated.
Every money unit. Because I am a bro.
He's working
I'm
on
a
his
total
pecs.
bro.
He's working on his pecs and tries, yo.
Yeah.
And I'm Earl Kim, and I play Norio in Ghost of Tsushima, and we are currently commenting on this speed run by Aishma, but we're also just distracting him.
Yeah, we're also commenting on the mic.
That's really all it is.
At the end of the day, those two have just been hired by my speedrun competitors, so I don't go ahead and set another record that they can't break or something.
Hey, look at that! Isn't that cool? Oh, hey, Aishma, what's over there? Oh, go fight that Mongol. Go fight that guy.
I don't know how you play and engage the audience so well.
I basically just cut my brain in half and use the one half for one thing and the other for the other. Probably. I mean, that would probably hurt. I haven't done that.
I mean, I guess we're all doing that as we're streaming, but you have to focus on beating your time.
I mean, then again, and I guess other speedrunners can attest to that. If you've just played a game like, I don't know how often, I don't want to call it instinct per se, but the practice just takes over.
Right.
At one point. And you're not actually thinking that much about what you're doing anymore, you're just going through the motions in a way, even though some things, as we just explained a few minutes earlier, are up to RNG.
Yeah. So that's a good question I'd like to ask. How often do you practice now? Or how much do you practice?
It has certainly gone down for me a little bit, simply because, I started, on the one hand, playing some other games, and on the other hand, I set that record, and at the moment, apparently there is, well, not a lot of competition going on, that I do have to be, I don't want to say afraid, but I'm missing a better word for that at the moment, of anybody taking that record, so I'm taking it a little bit slower, I want to say, at the moment. It's actually a hard question for me to answer, because if I look at this marathon, for example, the only practice that I had leading up to this was the exact same run that I did yesterday during another marathon, and I hadn't practiced for that at all. But like last year, when I was quote unquote just speedrunning Ghost of Tsushima, I was playing through this game like 3 times a week at least, sometimes 4 or 5. So you know, that is just the amount of practice that went into it initially. But now that I know the game and I know what we do, yeah, I need definitely a little way less practice than that. So maybe I would practice it 1 or 2 times leading up to a marathon, just to, you know, get into the things that I have to do.
We did it.
But I mean, if I would be really serious about breaking my record, I think I would just, you know, start putting more time into it again, because I would need that practice, but I would also need just simply the luck, you know, from the RNG.
Yeah, it seems
to
like
have
there's
a lot
so
of
much...
enemies fleeing from me that I don't have to chase down, especially at the end of a fight. And yeah,
just complete chance on certain factors where
Yeah.
it's like you could do the same exact thing on literally like the same exact square, hitting the same exact hitbox, hitting the same exact, you know, throwing to the exact same part on the screen, and then it'll still give you completely different reactions
yeah.
from all of the NPCs and all the enemies, which is
I mean,
crazy.
one thing that I've also never done yet is reset a run or not finish a run because of bad RNG. Like, so far I've always seen them through to the end. But as most speedrunners can probably tell you, after a while you just need a good early game, otherwise it just doesn't make any sense to continue anymore. Like for example, my best time for the whole of Act 1 is like 1 hour and 21 minutes something, I want to say. And after a while, you just come to that point. If you finish the whole of Act 1 in, let's say, 1 hour 23 minutes, it just doesn't make any sense to continue anymore, because you're already 2 minutes behind your previous best, and you will probably never ever make up that lost time. So
Yeah, for sure.
you know,
Weren't you an hour and 30 this one?
I don't think so. I haven't actually watched the timers, so I can't exactly tell you.
I think you were at an hour 30 right when we finished Act.
I mean, you know,
Going
Act
back.
1 is when we finished Broken Samurai, not New Horizons. So
Oh, right.
it's like quite interesting how the game is structured. Like you know, your goal in Act 1 is to rescue Lord Shinra, which you do in Shadow of the Samurai. However, Act 2 does not officially start until you finish the next quest, which is A New Horizon. However, for speedrunning purposes, we decided that Shadow of the Samurai is the end of Act 1 because we fulfill that goal. And also it gives you a nice wrap-up, you know, for ending a run there, because we do have a Act 1 any % category. And New Horizon feels more like, you know, an intermission or a prelude into the second act, so we don't count that as part of Act 1. It's the same thing with Honor and Ash between Act 2 and 3, you know, like technically it still belongs to Act 2, however your goal in Act 2 is to retake Castle Shimura, which you do at the end of From the Darkness, so, you know. That is why we consider the end of Act 1 to be Shadow of the Samurai and the end of Act 2 to be From the Darkness.
Nice.
Also,
Okay.
incidentally, both of those quests end with a nice duel against Ryuzo. Spoilers. So, you know, it just makes for a nice boss fight at the end of those acts too.
Yeah. So Ryuzo is the marker.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I mean, also because it makes sense. Fine.
But yeah, people have been confused about why we do it that way, because, you know, like you said, you know, the big letters that tell you're now in Act 2 only appear after you have finished A New Horizon, but yeah, we just feel like Act 1 ends after Shadow of the Samurai. Also, enjoy this little audio glitch going on here, because as you could already see, we just went through this Mongol camp and, you know, didn't let them come out of the camp, or we didn't even kill anybody, so the game still thinks the Mongols are here. But they're actually not. But they will just, you know, keep screaming at us for as long as we are in here.
What do you want from us? We're tied up. Can you stop yelling?
You know, they will just keep doing that for a while.
Oh, sure.
Do we have time for a small donation?
Sure, go ahead.
I've got €5.02 from Xonoris, who says, "Hi all, Xonoris here again. I just want to say thank you to Dice and Earl."
Thank you very much. Thanks for tuning in.
He continues with, "I have been in the speedrun community for 6 years and watched a lot of marathon, and it's always super hype if developers, voice actors, community managers, or other people involved with the game's creation join in on commentary. So thank you both for supporting the speedrun community. And I do have a question for the two of you. What's your favorite game? Tsushima is not allowed. Cheers."
I didn't get that.
Ghost of
part.
Tsushima. We can't say Ghost of Tsushima is our favorite game.
Yeah. I think Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2 and Final Fantasy 7 Original and Witcher 3.
I'm gonna say Final Fantasy Tactics, Bloodborne, and Sayonara Wild Hearts. Those are my 3 favorites. Probably.
Those are some really solid games.
Yeah. Oh, and Hyper Light Drifter. Hyper Light Drifter is one of my all-time that game expanded my mind about storytelling in video games and not using words and text. There's so many good games though. Those
so
4 are probably.
I could go
really
on and on, but yeah.
We are hardcore Bloodborne stans.
So, shout out to the speedrunning communities of those games. If you want these
Absolutely.
two as commentators for your runs, contact them or something.
If Jesus Here's Toast ever wants to hang out, because I think he's one of the most exceptional speedrunners, even though he's done with speedrunning now, and he's just a burly Bloodborne player. There's a lot of awesome.
It's the beard, right? It's the beard that gets you.
Always, every time.
I mean, he does have a magnificent beard.
It's glorious. Let's not lie.
The samurai are here.
But yeah, just to reiterate on that, it is not exactly common for, anybody involved in game development or anything like that to be commentating on a speedrun. So, once again, also from my side, thank you so much, guys, for, being here and supporting all these causes.
I think Sucker Punch and Sony are okay with it because they don't know. They just say the words and look pretty. That's they make the noises. They don't really. So we're not being oh, that's a really interesting expo. We're just oh wow, the game is so fast.
I'll see you on the battlefield.
Alright, so you just saw me stocking up on a whole bunch of
you
supplies
went on a shopping
and
spree.
ammunition and whatnot, and I think I even don't have any supplies left anymore. There's a good reason for that, because we are fast approaching the end of Act 2 here, where we are supposed to, retake Castle Shimura. And if you remember, I previously said that that is the new headquarters of the Mongols, so lots of bloody fighting coming up, so we need all the ammunition that we can have.
There's gonna be lots of loading left and right.
Actually, from both sides, right? I mean, the Mongols also have quite the few explosives lined up at the castle.
And now they have poison. Jeez. Gave him everything. Good job, Jin. Oh, it's after this. Okay, yeah. Good point. I forgot. JK.
Fine now.
How can you forget this?
It's been one of those.
Most important thing.
It's all a blur. Tsushima is just a blur in Oreo.
But it's actually also an interesting thing, because that is something that to a lot of speedrunners happens, because you're speedrunning this game for hours, for weeks, for months, and you should know the game, right? And then somebody asks you something about the story and you just go, I have no idea what's happening. It's so long since I've actually heard what the story is actually about. I just can't tell you.
I mean, I think even in the making of it, we didn't record and do all of the game in order. So that's a whole other thing where even when we were making it, it's just wait, where? Who's still
What's
alive?
happening here?
What's going on? Where are we? Like just jumping around because it's like, oh yeah, today's the day when everyone in this particular scene or in this doing this section. That's when everyone's schedule worked. So that's why we're scheduling it this day, as opposed to like we're gonna start from the very beginning and do one scene, the first scene first, and because like that, I don't think I've ever been in any sort of production other than even in theater. Like it's just sort of like we got to work on the things that need to get worked on.
And why are you alive
there-
again? I think you died.
There I go.
Oh yeah, we see a little bit of Norio somewhere here, maybe.
Hopefully I'll help and be useful as opposed to like.
There, oh well,
sometimes
you just got yeeted by a big Mongol.
I know sometimes the AI just sort of is like gonna run around over here. I love it when the AI is helpful. When I'm like, yes, I'm actually helping instead of just jumping off a cliff and then getting stuck behind this rock and then poking at the tree.
Well, it was probably a bad tree. Speaking of which, interesting enough, in this section of the battle, you actually don't have to defeat any of the enemies. You just have to go ahead and get to the end of this section. So let's see if the archers actually will let me do that, because they are out for blood. They have shot me down so often here.
Are the work, yeah. I do feel like
it
there's a
worked
lot. Anything that has anything that shoots anything at you, all of a sudden at a certain point in the game, like gets the most accurate aim. And, like it's just like, oh, we're just gonna juggle you a couple times. You're gonna fall. You're gonna get hit by this thing. You're gonna get hit by another thing, and then the watchers are gonna come.
I think that is really a thing that is, or that keeps happening to me, is like, the archers are actually the easiest enemy to dispatch, because you can just use whatever stance, they will never block any of your attacks, whatever. So as soon as you are in their face, they are basically dead, right? But the amount of stress they can put on you when you're still at range is like really enormous in this game.
Yeah. Nice. You are ripping through it.
Oh, okay. So one of these guys saw me and threw a bomb up here.
Goodbye.
Oh no, bomb.
Goodbye.
Yeah, that is also something that just recently kept happening to me, that one of these guys that can throw bombs just see you when you're up at the watcher, and they just throw bombs at you and you just can't do anything about it. You just have to take the hit.
Hope that Yuna gets him.
Yeah. Sometimes she does, sometimes she doesn't. But that is also a thing that I find really interesting is, we've explained earlier that when you play on lethal, every hit is basically a critical hit. But that also applies to the NPCs, and that actually makes your NPC allies like really useful on the higher difficulty, especially on lethal. Because when you're playing on easy and all the damage is toned down for everybody, your allies are actually not that helpful.
There's nothing more we can do here.
At least for the speedrun.
You were right to terrorize the Mongols at the
They can actually kill quite a few enemies on lethal difficulty.
Yeah, it's a good way to get it through.
only reason we've made it this far. And everyone knows it.
We still have a long.
All right, do we have time for some more push-ups?
Yeah.
Push-ups.
Push up.
I've got 20 euros from Slaven yet again. With a simple comment, spare the old man, please.
Oh, he's changed direction, hasn't he?
What? He's
shifted.
changed direction.
We went from kill to spare. I think the discussion in chat is swaying him, or
That's, and I don't really see Slaven in the chat very often. I don't think. It's funny
But
because
with his donation, a spare is just barely pulled ahead. 56 euros and 1 cent versus 55 euros and 2 cents.
Oh, okay. There's a euro per spare. Is that what it is?
It's 99 cents.
Oh, 99 cents.
Ooh.
99
euros.
euro cents difference between kill and spare, so it could be sniped any moment.
Single euro could make all the difference, and it could help out Mind, Allies Organization for Mental Health. Hey, look at how much good you can. you could kill the old man and help people with their mental health. Wow.
I'm just
Maybe-
really
Wow.
interested in Slaven. Who is this Slaven? They just keep donating and say
in
random
Discord.
interesting stories, but they
Well,
don't.
I mean, Dice, I
They're not
think
saying anything in the chat.
I think at this point he's just your personal trainer. You know, he really wants you to do those
Yeah,
push-ups
that's
in a
it.
way.
That's it.
You know, he just
mean,
wants to
I
help
wish
you get
someone-
fit, man.
I wish someone
Yeah.
pay me to do push-ups. Maybe I'd do more push-ups. Dang.
Maybe you both should do push-ups. Maybe all three of us should do push-ups.
No, you need to keep playing the game. Stop it. You have a job here, sir.
Well, I mean, first and foremost, we're, you know, collecting money for charity, so... Yeah. Gotta go with that.
It's true, Slavin. Good point. All money for mental health is good money.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
But he's also enjoying solid Discord. Making the debate. Are we going to spare the Dunkel? Or are we gonna kill him?
Kill.
Kill or spare?
Better take out the guards quietly. See out from the top floor.
So anything should be up again?
Are we good again? Do we need to call the technical assistant?
No, I mean, it looks fine on my end again. So I'm just waiting for it to pop
Your
up
stream
on
is back
stream.
up.
Okay.
Oh, we can you hear us? Everyone can hear us?
I can at least hear you.
Okay, I think we're back.
I
We're back.
think we are.
Okay.
Dice, are you back
Everyone's-
as well? Are you guys hearing Dice? Because I'm not.
Oh, I can't. Yeah,
Okay.
I hear him.
I hear him. I hear him.
I just have
Sorted.
talking.
Had a little shaky moment, but we're back.
Alright.
Does this not count now?
Muso.
I guess not.
During a feast, I can poison the Khan's
I
fermented
don't know.
milk.
This is tragedy.
His army drink the arrogant.
Tragedy. For more greater than-
Stuff like that happens.
Fight defenses.
I mean, you know,
Alright,
that's just like the random thing that we were talking about. You know, sometimes it is just the technical issues that can happen.
How to reach the
Sometimes OBS wants to take a poop.
arrogant. Better take
It does.
Can't help. Dang it.
Poop on your face.
Ugh.
There we go.
I don't
Was
wa- I don't want poop on my face.
Was it just was it the OBS for you?
I think my internet just had a bit of a poop, and then it just dropped the stream because that is obviously the most taxing thing on it.
Of course.
So it was like, nope. Then again, I'm wondering, like I said before, it is now 5:30 about AM in my region. Like, who the hell is using up all this bandwidth? Like,
The internet's just waking up. German internet is just waking up right now. That's why it's like, Why is this guy using so much? Oh, it's early.
Like, who is streaming adult stuff in this region right now? Stop it. Stop it. Don't.
Everyone's doing, their good morning, watching their good morning I don't know if they have good morning programs in Germany. I just assume they do.
I mean, they do, but at 5:30 on a Sunday morning?
Oh, dang, that is really good. Who's up at 5:30?
I don't know.
Go back to
No talking, just sleeping.
sleeping. Don't you know we're trying to get the world record here?
Also, hey, look who it is. Ryuzo's back.
Oh, go eat a burger, Ryuzo.
Well, I have a burger here. It's called a blade.
You should have surrendered.
Burger blade.
Uncle's hand.
Eat it.
You won't stop me,
The
Ryuzo.
burger.
Well, maybe you can call your sword the burger.
You'll
I
never
know.
forgive me.
Like,
Oh my god,
There
that's
must be no
amazing.
choice.
Sakai burger.
Why is- and if somebody asks, why is it called the burger? So you can,
Because Ryuzo wants it.
and I just slash their mouth open.
And I make you eat it.
eat it. Eat it.
Eat it.
You know, like the Michael Jackson song, Eat It.
Exactly.
Yep.
Like the Weird Al song.
Yeah, Weird Al.
Oh, yeah. Man, I haven't heard
What do you
that died in a while.
Lord Shimura asked me to
Too
deliver
easy.
sake, a reward.
Oh, Slavin, you're drinking some beautiful
the prisoner?
Oh,
He's
lovely.
not going
Do you know there was a
anywhere.
time when I remember when a good friend of mine who was living and studying in Russia, she snuck
And you deserve
Ruski
it,
Standard
my lord.
like 2 large bottles out of Russia because you couldn't get it really. Like she brought a bunch of it out of Russia before it was available worldwide. 'Cause it really wasn't. And it was the first time I had an authentic Russian vodka.
You can slip out.
So yeah, Ruski Standard has a place in my heart.
Thank you, Kenji.
I'm talking about vodka. Sorry.
That's legitimate. I just think that I think vodka is like the only alcoholic beverage that I just cannot stand. Like, I don't know.
Really?
It's really something
I mean-
like I don't know. Every time I drink it, like I really have the feeling that I gotta throw up like a minute after or something. I don't know.
When it's good, I feel like vodka clean can be quite nice.
I mean that's the
But-
thing. I just I can't exactly tell you if I've never had really good vodka. So because that is something that gets brought up a lot. Like when you have really good vodka, you can't just drink it like water, like the Russians tend to do. So I'm always questioning: have I never had good vodka? Is that why I don't like it?
Possible.
Russia's also the place where I first had pickles with vodka because
Pickles.
it's a standard having shots and having a pickle as essentially in America we call them picklebacks, but like as a chaser or to offset the alcoholic nature of the
A pickleback.
have a little pickle. Well, picklebacks are usually done with whiskey or bourbon.
I think
we have
there's a Nickelback joke in there somewhere. I just can't find it.
Yeah.
Probably. Look at this photograph. Sorry, Nickelback just. Oh gosh.
Let's not go there, please.
That's all I need to say.
Let's not go there. Chad, please forget I said anything about Nickelback. Don't.
Chad,
Dumb.
Chad, go back to sleep.
I'll have to stay hidden.
Chad, go back to sleep.
I need my bandwidth. Please, everybody go sleeping.
I started vodka with Glenn's when I was 13 years old.
Ooh.
Hey.
Better find you
Wow,
myself.
13 years old.
All right. So this is about. Are you gonna do? It's sad now.
What?
Sorry, I just where we are in the game.
Oh yeah.
We just had sad moments.
Horsey. I mean,
Glad we skipped the sad.
I mean, that is why we need alcohol, right? To drown out the sadness or something.
That's why I feel like it's the time when it's appropriate. Oh god, we're here. We were at
No,
the set. God,
I noticed recently because I usually like do all the side quests and then I do the main story. This time I did the main story and then I started conquering back to Tsushima.
Yeah.
And I just did one of the Mongol territories, like a small one, and I realized that as I finished that territory, they played the little bit of that song. uh, but
Wait, what
it's
was
metal.
that? One more time. One more time.
Na, na. And it was so subtle, like a subtle version of it, but it was so nice because just listening to it just made me think of uncle as I'm just defeating Mongol territory. And I just thought it was a nice touch that I didn't realize until now, until recently.
Yeah, I think that is also a thing that you may not experience when you play the game the first time, because probably most people will do all the side quests before they actually finish the game. But it has been brought to my attention that certain dialogues and stuff actually change depending on where in the game you are. Like, obviously, when you go to the onsen, Jin has all these reflections on events and persons and whatnot. There are some that he does about Lord Shimura, and obviously that changes depending on if you have finished the game yet or not. It's like really these small touches that can go absolutely unnoticed depending on how you play the game. But that's still, it's nice that the developer actually thought about that players could do that at a completely different point in time.
We can fix that.
Let's get the horses.
I should know to record.
I know. I just recorded all of them. Just where are we? What are we talking? I don't know.
Fired on us.
What's happened? Who knows?
But I wasn't there for all the NPCs that just random people chatting about what happened, and yeah, all of that is really I wasn't. It's really.
Are those people from Kin?
I mean, it really sells the world itself, right? If people talk about these events, because in real life they would, obviously.
Why did you surrender to your uncle?
If I didn't give myself up, everyone who followed.
Speaking of which, we have now broken ties with our dear Lord Shimura because of some differences here. And we are basically now on our own now, fighting against the Mongols, being hunted by the samurai. So things are dark, man.
Everyone wants a piece of Jin now.
I destroyed his dream.
Dork.
So being right doesn't always make things better.
Extra dork.
To the people you saved.
Extra dork. I mean, I'm wearing black.
We killed
There's a touch of red.
drive the Mongols out.
Extra dork. Hey.
When I was young, Lord Shimura became my father.
But yeah, this is the final act of the game, so we are starting to kind of home in on the end here. There's about, I want to say 45 minutes left on the run.
Yeah.
So get your donations in, people, for killing or sparing Lord Shimura at the end.
Even knowing what they've cost me,
Staring? Is it neck and neck still? What are we? What's happening?
brands me as a traitor.
All right, let me check in on that. I do have a donation. Just came in.
Sorry.
I've got a €5 donation, so that's 5 more push-ups, from MoD366, who says, this time, this place, misused, mistakes, this time, this place.
And the Mongols.
Who was I to make you wait? Wait, for the additional 5 push-ups. I mean, obviously, what else could have this been about? And with that, let me refresh the page. Kill might be ahead right now. Yes, Kill is ahead right now. 60 versus 56.
Alright.
So if you want to snipe that right before the end, 40-45 minutes.
You got.
Speaking of which, how long do you need for me to give you a head start on whether to kill or...
Whenever you're comfortable. For all I care, you could do it as you have to make the decision.
Alright.
I mean,
Sounds
technically,
fair.
it doesn't rush you. We could stay on that. I know we're doing a speedrun. I understand, but.
Yeah, but I guess we don't want to wait 10 minutes or so
Exactly.
for that to go down.
That's everyone
Because
here.
there is kind of a schedule going on here.
We can't rush in.
Oh, right. There are other people that want to do speed runs.
Exactly.
They left explosives on the ice. We can use that against them.
I mean, is it me or
Get
is DICE starting to take longer to get these push-ups
Bring
done?
them to us. Fire the signal cannon. Lure them onto the ice. Then divide and conquer.
Keeping up with this push-up regime.
Keep watch. I'll draw them out.
Yeah.
Are you
Save
good? Still feeling fine?
That will get their attention. Better get back to you.
Also, this is our gamely rendition of Mongols on Ice, you know. These people will all run up to this frozen lake here where they have conveniently placed a lot of explosives. I don't know why, but they have. They will just all congregate to these barrels and go up in flames.
Hey, you guys, look at all this. Look at all this stuff, you guys. Hey, why don't we all go out in the ice and see what's going on with this explosive stuff? Yeah? Yeah.
I mean, you know,
Let's do that.
it's situations like these where I kind of question the intelligence of those enemies. I don't know. Like, there's an explosive barrel. Why the hell are you walking near that?
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why these guys aren't Kotun.
Yeah. Fair point. Fair point.
They
Fair
didn't
point.
make it past officer school. They're just like, oh, we're just gonna put all the bomb stuff on the water. That seems like a good idea.
The hell just happened?
What happened?
Hoppa.
Okay. That has never happened before. They have just littered me with arrows back after back. Like, I heard two of them just hit me. So basically the second arrow hit me while the first one was still going into my body.
Oh wow. Really?
And the
That's
delay
new.
Oh yeah.
scares me. 'Cause you expect it happens and I know it's gonna come.
It's over.
Then it happens.
Right. It happens.
Scary.
Got that guy. Got that guy.
No.
Jesus.
Whew. All right, we're getting through it.
I mean,
Hey, Dice, are you sitting comfortably?
Jin, over here.
Oh dang.
We could use the.
Are you?
Don't worry, it's just one for now. Or hold on, I think I have to refresh. Oh no, wait, 26 total.
26.
There you go. There you go.
Got this. You got this. You got this, Jin. You got this, Dice. I believe in you. Work on those
got
bulging pectorals. Triceps of stone.
An excellent choice.
All right, with that out of the way, I got €1 from Hunkenator saying I can't afford much, still want to contribute. Thanks to everyone who can contribute more and who makes makes this event possible. And
no worry, man. Like, every euro helps. You know,
Every
don't
little bit
feel
helps.
bad about only being able to donate €1. Everything helps out.
€1 goes towards kill. But
Nice.
I've got 25 from Nothing Sensible going towards spare.
Oh dang.
Simply says this is unacceptable. Spare, air.
Oh, the ghost is gonna come through again.
Yeah, the ghosties really like saving Shimura.
Mm-hmm.
So right
Everyone
now,
likes-
spare is at 91 versus kill at 61.
Oh.
All right. That's what we like.
Guess we gotta need to go ahead and close that gap a bit, huh?
Making it exciting.
Where's
Now
that?
it's a
Where's
bit
that
of a-
donate link? Where's the donation link?
Should destroy the
Link.
siege.
Where's that Linkle?
Get those
Linkity
kill
dink.
donations on people.
Link to the dink.
Kill him.
Prison money.
Oh, and as we said that, Slaven came in with another €10, putting it towards save.
Really?
Putting it towards save yet again says Putin says the old man has to live.
Well, that's a new one from him, isn't it?
All right.
So, is everybody ready for Takeshi's Castle? Because, yeah, we are getting close to it.
Takeshi's castle?
Mhm.
Oh, right.
Like right on
that a-
this hilltop. There's Takeshi's Castle. See? See? Well, not quite, but you know, the first few letters check out, right? It's a camp, it's a castle, same deal. Look at it.
Yeah.
You're welcome at our campfire, my lord.
Yeah. Yeah. You know.
Yeah. There's a bit of
Sure.
delay.
Sure. Sure. Why not? Yeah. Yeah.
I can hear the conviction clearly.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course. It's totally.
Oh man, I miss Takeshi's Castle so much.
Oh
That was
man.
an awesome show.
I think
No?
it's
Oh,
what
I
is
don't
it?
know about that.
It's like Wipeout. It's called. I think it might actually be Wipeout, just called Takeshi's Castle.
I have no idea what Wipeout is.
Outside of North America. I think it's the same show. I think it's just the name that we have that they use in America
Ah,
for the same show.
see. Also, I forgot to roll. Why did I do that?
Oh.
Oh.
Yes. Oh, right. It's MXC. That's what it is. Most Extreme Elimination Challenge. That's Takeshi's Castle.
That is probably the most American name I've heard for a show ever.
For that show, yeah, exactly. But it's basically like the original Ninja Warrior. But Takeshi's Castle is much more intentionally funny, I think, and weird.
In a
It's
way.
sort of
I mean, it's definitely, I want to call it Japanese.
yeah. They're essentially there is an obstacle course is really all you have to know. And we're watching people do stupid human trick.
With the emphasis on the stupid, I want to say.
Yes.
In a
Yeah,
way.
it is much more chaotic.
It's fun, though.
Yeah,
I mean-
absolutely.
I mean, I have no idea how often they actually managed to defeat Takeshi at the end, but I'm very much aware that I caught one episode of that happening, and that was the wildest
Yeah.
thing ever. Like, holy crap.
Yeah. And then now contemporarily which is just the obstacle course and very little no story or plot or interesting
Yeah.
characters. These people are beasts and they will destroy this machinery and take on the challenge of the
Oh, yeah, right. I mean, Takeshi's Castle actually had kind of a story to it, right?
Yeah.
All the stuff with the general and Takeshi himself and storming the castle and all these people defending Takeshi and whatnot.
Away from the
Right.
Yuna's got some
Oh,
interesting
man.
friends.
Let's plan our attack.
Wow, only 30. I'm just reading chat. Only 30.
Archers on that ridge will have a good view of the courtyard.
That's not a lot of people because there were a lot of episodes. of that
Oh, yeah.
show.
Oh, yeah.
You men with
There
me.
were.
Everyone else get to the ridge.
If the enemies
But, you know, that makes the win all the more sweeter
Yeah.
when you caught it.
Yes.
So anyway, we are trying to open up the border here for our friends in the south, because what separates us is both Castle Shimura or this Mongol-held fort here. So, you know, we're taking our chances with the Mongols, because we've beaten quite a lot of them. We can beat more of them. Obviously.
So many Mongols.
There are a lot of Mongols. But, you know, we can fix that. We can fix the Mongols.
Make less of them. Right. Meow. There we go.
So let's see if this one group of Mongols respawns, because for some reason when you skip this cutscene, that one group around the campfire to the right will sometimes respawn, and I absolutely hate it because it messes with everything. But they are gone this time. Okay, good.
Nice. You chop off the head, the Mongols don't respawn. We're doing good.
I mean, there's definitely a lot of head chopping going on in this run. I don't know,
Yeah, there's a lot of. I've seen a good amount of decaps.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You like a good decap.
Yeah.
I mean, the game definitely doesn't pull any punches when it comes to things like that.
Yeah.
We have to get over there. Let's get
I remember when the first gameplay trailer came out, and there's the one moment where Jin cuts off the arm of while disarming a spear guy, and everyone being like, "Whoa! Look at the arm!" And I was like, "Oh,
So it was a literal disarmament, yes.
yeah, a literal disarm." But yeah, we're like, oh man, it's gonna be heads, they're gonna be other limbs all over.
There they are.
I don't even know.
They brought some friends.
Do we need legs? Is Rocket in this game? Does he need more legs? Because we can supply.
Finally got here. Don't get too close. They'll see me.
Stay safe, Kenji.
It was Masako's idea.
Yeah, exactly. Phoenix down in the chat. Decapitation is totally fine. Pushing grandma is absolutely unacceptable.
The fort is ours, my lord.
Fair enough.
Yes. Run, Mangles.
There's Kenji.
What up, Kenj? You drunk? Probably.
He was just
I mean, is there ever an instant where he is not drunk?
Yeah, I think Kenji is kind of one of those characters who's just at a consistent, constant level of buzzed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's sort of that thing, like, you know, we're gonna get a. I'm like, we'll just get a Kenji spinoff where he's just
God.
getting into. He's just getting into situations.
I mean, if you follow his quest line, he already was in a lot of situations.
It's all it is. It's just him getting into situations. It's like, all right, survive. Good luck. He's like, ah, what? Ba-da-ba.
I mean, he definitely brings a certain level of, levity, I guess, to the whole affair, because everybody else is like so what's the word? So serious about everything. I mean, it is a serious situation, don't get me wrong, with the whole invasion and people dying and whatnot, but
Like, it is one of those things where, like, all of the NPCs are like, hey, do you want to hear about my awful backstory? And then Kenji's like, I just want to get drunk.
I mean, he probably wants to get drunk for that very reason, but still.
Saved thousands.
What if it kills thousands?
Also, we're gonna skip another stealth section by simply rolling straight through the camp, and nobody will be ever the wiser.
We can't get
It's a tumble gin.
climb around the cliff.
Sneak in through the back.
Tumble gin all the way.
Don't try that at home, kids. Please don't just roll through an army camp or something. It probably won't work.
You saying Temujin? Nah, we saying tumble gin. Yeah. Oh, that's a historical language joke, I guess, because we're using Genghis Khan's name to make a wordplay joke about. Anyway, I'm sorry. I pointed at it a little.
The joke is funny when you have to explain it.
especially that. Oh
Pointed at
wow.
the joke. Funny.
Right in there.
Just laugh,
Language.
people. Just laugh and donate money.
Khan may have taken a
I am a master of language.
Makes sense.
Ah, But actually, you can understand the Mongols, right? You know a little bit.
I don't know Mongol,
Ah.
unfortunately. Although I know,
empty.
Too open.
Dosho.
Yeah, I think if there is one word that you will definitely learn in this game from that language, it's Dosho.
Imagine what we could do to the
Dosho,
ships we had
and that means down.
I mean,
For those of you that were wondering.
if you didn't know that word before you played this game, it will definitely be ingrained in your brain after you are done playing this game.
Although I am kind of hoping for at least some point where like it becomes a question on like who wants to be a millionaire or like what is the Mongolian word for down? And it's just like, wait, what? How would I? Why would you know that? And then like people in the crowd, like you know who the gamers are because they're like, Dosho, Dosho.
Like the $1 million question, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all down to Dosho, if you get my drift.
Hey! I feel like that would be, I don't know. I got to write that into a sketch or something. How Ghost of Tsushima really saved people. How it's like on some sort of national exam. It's just like random trivia for 10 extra credit points. What is the Mongolian word for down? All the gamers are like, yes, I know this one.
How is your armor fitting?
If you have learned anything from this game, let it be this.
Let it be the Mongolian word for down.
Everything else, it's just fluff.
Yeah, you know, honor, swordplay, whatever, you know, country saving,
It's all right.
kamikaze, whatever.
Yep.
Just
What will you
It's
name
all this
Dosho.
fluff. All the game wants to teach you is that one word.
secretly, what everyone comes to realize in about 20 years is
I
that
grew up there.
Ghost of Tsushima is actually just a Mongolian language program.
As a boy.
It starts now. The Mongols are literally taking over. It's subliminal messaging. The Mongolian government has hacked into the coding of the game, and eventually everyone is subtly learning Mongolian as every hour they spend playing this game. And then they're gonna do like a you know, one of those signals, like a sleeper agent, and they're gonna send it out, and then we're just gonna be Mongolian, and that's how they're taking over.
I mean, on the one hand, I'm totally on board for this, simply because it means we will get a heck ton of sequels to Ghost of Tsushima until we have learned the whole, you know, Mongolian language, one word at a time per game. I mean, that takes a while. That takes a while, I guess. So, yeah. On the other hand, wow, dude, like, what? Also, we're gonna do a little bit of speed swimming here. Because apparently, if you go into water and do the Dance of Wrath, you can actually skip a little bit of swimming here.
Take a refreshing dip.
Wasn't the best of showcases, but it worked kinda. So what this basically does is, if you're on your body of water where Jin can still stand, and you use the Dance of Wrath, if you do it correctly at a certain distance, the speed with which Jin does the Dance of Wrath basically gets transported into a swimming animation, and that makes you go quite a bit faster through these bodies of water here.
Oh,
Seen that
interesting.
I'm the monster
Yeah.
you think I am.
So you Dance of Wrath your way through the swim. Oh, swim! I see it.
Yes.
That's a
I mean,
cute
it
dash.
doesn't save a lot of time, but you know, it's the little things.
That's a cute dash.
Also, sadly, there aren't a lot of opportunities to show that off or to make that work. It's literally only in this mission and these two occurrences.
Could use my grappling hook.
Jin as speedboat. Jin does his speedboat transformation. I don't know if y'all knew this. That's ancient jutsu. It's a real secret jutsu.
The speedboat jutsu.
Speedboat jutsu.
Everybody do the speedboat. But yeah, I think somebody on Reddit found that, and it somehow made its way over to the speedrunning community at a time. And ever since, we've been looking for ways to incorporate that into the speedrun. You could actually use that to get across Omi Lake a little bit faster when you go to the Ghosts of the Past quest. However, the problem with that is, in order to do Dance of Wrath, you still need to have your 3 resolve points. And when we go to Ghosts from the Past in the speedrun, we just come out of the Temogi duel, so we don't actually have any resolve to do the Dance of Wrath at that point, so we can't do it. Which is sadness. Because interestingly enough, I was practicing that a whole bunch outside of a speedrun, you know, to get the technique down at that particular point. But then when I actually did the speedrun, I was like, oh yeah, I don't ever resolve at that point anyway, so duh. Also, these samurai here are actually, you know, supposed to call for an alarm, because we are supposed to do this whole mission like all sneaky like. But apparently the dudes in the castle are totally fine with us just running around delivering the message that we should deliver here, so good on them doing their duties, I suppose.
He's supposed to be here. We thought he was one of us.
Hey, it's
the goat.
Lotsakai! High five!
You don't like the Lord? You don't like the goat? What's wrong with you? He's just here, like, he just wants to see his uncle. It's all good. Don't worry. It's just don't pay attention to him.
Care?
It looks friendly enough.
I could just leave it with one of the soldiers. I could be like, hey, give this to Tsushima.
Hey, give this to me.
Oh, that would be great if that would work.
I was just like, oh, that was Lord. Was that? Oh, I think it was. Okay, yeah, whatever, cool.
He's on a horse. He's
just going to go see his uncle, right? Is that what?
Yeah.
He just wants to see his uncle. Uncle. Oh, sorry.
Dunkly dunkle.
Well, and with that, we are fast approaching the end of the game here. Like, there's 2 missions left.
Final duel. It's coming round.
So, next up, we have our assault on Port Izumi, the new Mongol stronghold, where we'll actually face off against the big bad.
Con time.
So, let's
What
prepare.
time is it? Con time. Oh yeah, you gotta stock up.
Yes,
Make
on
sure
all the things. And then we have to wait quite a bunch for Yuna to show up, because we have to talk to her to actually start that whole thing, and she takes her sweet ass time walking around the camp. So, you know, if you have any donations to read, anything to plug, now is your chance.
Yeah, who wants?
All right, let me see. I sadly do not have any donations at this moment. I hope that will change very soon. But I can tell you about the marathon. I can tell you about the charity we're supporting. I can tell you an animal fun fact. What do you want to hear?
How about that charity we are supporting?
Yeah, let's talk about mental health.
Yes, so we are raising money for Minds, which is a nationwide organization committed to prevent mental health issues and support everyone who is dealing with mental issues themselves within their themselves or their family. All your donations go to Minds directly.
We're lucky you came.
That's exciting.
So pretty much in every region of the world, mental disorder surpasses 10% of the population. On a worldwide scale, that's about the population of Europe. Yeah, let that sink in for a moment.
Oh wow! So all of Europe, you all have mental problems. I mean, wait. That's how it works.
Statistically, Europe is really depressed.
Oh.
I mean, have you ever been to Germany?
Hello?
I love Germany. I haven't spent nearly as much as I would have liked to there, but I have been.
How am I supposed to take that?
I want to go to that. I just want to be in Berlin. I have some friends that live. Go to Berlin. I just miss traveling.
I can keep on talking if you want.
We are
Keep
actually
going.
in the quest, so if you just give me a moment here, because the last few fights of the game are coming up. So what we will do here to make the first fight against the Mongols a little bit easier, as soon as I can move, is we will go straight ahead and to the right here, up this little slope, and that makes it so that the enemy reinforcements, after we blow up these horses, will all come from my left. And that means they will all run straight to this little explosive barrel that has been conveniently placed over here, so I can just go ahead and, you know, blow their shit up. Which makes this part of the fight a little bit easier.
Hooray!
And then we will just continue doing that up here, because once again, little red barrels means explodey stuff is gonna go down. Taking care of all of these Mongols. And then, luckily, there's even more explosives over here.
Explodies! Everybody loves an explosive barrel. Pow!
I mean, you know, at some point, somebody should just tell people that don't stand around, you know, red barrels that look kind of suspicious. I don't know. Like,
Life, just life advice.
Yeah.
Don't hang around red barrels that are painted red ever. If you're out in the open, they're bad.
Don't
just
do it.
Stay
away.
feet away from them.
At least.
Know where they are,
Yeah.
so you can avoid them. But for the most part, if video games have ever taught me anything, it means stay away from the barrel.
If you don't believe in social distancing, at least believe in barrel distancing, I guess.
They are explosive. They are scary, or they'll shoot or you'll fall in one and then launch like 50 feet into the air. Those are really the only options with barrels, as far as as far as I've learned. Oh look, there I go.
Was that a Donkey Kong reference? I think that was a Donkey Kong reference.
Yes.
Absolutely a Donkey Kong reference.
I caught the Donkey Kong reference. Oh my god. I haven't played Donkey Kong in so long.
Yeah, I was thinking about trying to pull up an old emulator and see if I could play Donkey Kong Country. Been missing that. Or I think is it on Switch Online? I think it might be. I don't know. I've just been.
I mean, if it isn't, it
As
should
far as I know,
be.
it is.
Oh, okay, nice. I'll have to give that. I don't know. I've been maybe in a side scroller mood. Yeah, good old Donkey Kong.
So,
childhood.
Guys,
Yeah. More?
more.
Alright.
I got
Or-
I got €5 from Anonymous saying and destruction please. But also days instead of push-ups you can do squats instead if you want. Can't skip leg day.
They got a point. I think it's just because chat is now getting 30 and they want to dice. But you know.
Anyway, does anybody of you guys know this guy that I'm about to fight? Because I haven't ever seen him. Like, who is that? Like, Kodun Khan? Have we ever heard of that guy? Is he important?
Who is that guy?
Should I know him?
I don't know.
Is that something that I should recognize?
He's so Tumblejin. Sorry.
Plug. I got on plug.
See, we can't do the squats are too dangerous, people. We're breaking
I have to take this off. Are you using the which armor is that?
This is Gosaku's armor. We use
Yeah,
that exclusively against Kodun Khan to break his stagger bar faster.
Yeah.
And this is also the point where we actually use the Kensei armor for just this bit at the boat, because spoilers, we have another duel coming up very soon, and you know, we do want our resolve back for that to do more Dances of Wrath, and the Kensei armor actually helps with that, and it also increases the damage that our ghost weapons do. And that is all good things that we can utilize here in this boat fight right now. Because this is
Spoiler
actually...
alert.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying spoiler alert. It's
Oh yeah. So this fight is actually pretty interesting because it is, you know, a boss fight, kinda, because you are fighting Kodun Khan. However, it's not a duel this time. You're actually fighting him and a bunch of other Mongols. So this is basically really a all-out brawl here. So let's see how this goes down. He's fighting back a little bit. She shouldn't. Okay. I'm gonna concentrate a little bit here because things can very easily go wrong with all this mayhem going all around me. So we want ghost stance here. We have a charm equipped that makes it so we get 4 strikes in ghost stance, which means I can hit him 3 times, then break his weapon and hit him 1 more. And then he only has very little health left after this, so we can just go and wail on him a little bit more. to hopefully finish him off. And there we go. That's the fight against Golden Gun.
All right.
Bada bing, bada boom, bingo bango.
Didn't go as well as it normally should because for some reason he was still able to block some of my sword strikes with his shield, even though I hit him with a kunai just before, which has never happened before, but it was still a pretty good fight, all in all. But yeah, that is basically the Mongols taken care of. We literally, you know, chopped off the head of the Mongol invasion, but it's not over yet. Not quite.
Sorry.
And when they're gone, what happens then?
All right, now.
We start new lives.
Still got a little bit more to do here.
Now I'm not even
Some
sure who
loose
I am,
ends to tie up.
Hope to our people.
But what could it be?
and be hunted by
Whatever
If
could
anyone
it be?
can change a samurai's mind,
Whatever could
it's
it
you.
be?
Keep fighting.
Does anybody know? Any donation incentives, maybe? That could absolutely spoil the surprise. But yeah, our uncle actually wants to meet us. We have things to talk about, apparently.
Uh-oh. Does that mean we're gonna have to wrap up the biddings on the Killer Spare?
Not quite yet. Not quite yet. Still have a little bit more time here.
We're getting there, but we're getting down to the last few minutes. So
Yes.
if anyone's thinking of doing some dramatic reversals,
So the run has about 5.5 minutes left in it. So, you know, guys, if you want to donate to that bid war, you have about 5 more minutes. Roundabout. So get those donations in. And I'll snipe it. Kill him. Or...
Is it
there.
is it possible you think that you can beat the record, or?
I mean, looking at the time right now, it is definitely a possibility.
oh,
It's just a matter of with that technical hiccup, I hadn't watched the timer, what that did, if that kept running or not. And, you know, we did went offline in a way, so...
the timer was really running. I will say that because I feel like it was when we were.
But I guess we'll see at the end.
Well, anyways, this is good for everyone because we've got some more time to raise money for mental.
Exactly. Also, interesting fact, this quest will automatically put you in the... oh god, what's it called again? Ronin attire? However, since this is a forced armor switch, so to speak, this version of the Ronin attire actually inherits the charm loadout of the armor that you had on before you started the quest. So since I had the Gozaku's armor on before I started it, I actually now have the charms from my Gozaku's armor equipped here, which is also exactly what I want, because, you know, we have another fight to go through.
That's clever. I mean, that's nice. It's nice that it doesn't gank you around to be like, no, you can only. It's like, no, we just want you to look like this. Like, we just want you to. We just want. This is the look that we're going for. So you can keep your charms, you can keep your load out,
Can't do it
but we
alone.
just want you to wear this outfit because this is the outfit you need.
Interestingly enough, the same thing happens when you get the Sakai armor during Ghosts from the Past. However, for the speedrun, we routed in a way that we actually do all the things in Yarikawa before we go do Ghosts in the Past, because at the end of Yarikawa, you fight General Temugi, and we wear the Sakai armor anyway for that particular duel.
Right.
So when we then go for Ghosts in the Past, we already are wearing the Sakai armor, so it doesn't mess around with our charm loadouts as much.
Of course.
Because basically we switched the Sakai armor for the Sakai armor.
Okay.
I have nothing to fear.
I'll trade him.
But yeah, as it turns out, the Shogun has disbanded Clan Sakai because, you know, of all the bad things that Jin did with the poison and the terror and the bombs and whatnot. And new samurai are coming in to take our property from us, so we will have one last goodbye at our father's grave, together with our uncle. So,
Uncle.
yeah, I guess as soon as I am down there at this plaza in front of the tree, you can close the donation war and tell me its result.
Yeah.
Final.
Yeah, that's that just came a last minute €10 donation in.
Oh, Last
Last
minute
minute.
donations.
From Anonymous, who says, "Join me, shenanigans. Shimura must die."
Oh,
Wow.
I hope I
Tough.
pronounced it. I hope I pronounced it right. I probably didn't.
all right. So then, please go ahead and close that off.
Many? 10?
All right, I'll try to do that right now.
Oh,
This time Anonymous was not me.
Dice, you're supposed to keep that secret.
Not me.
Eyes that saw my pain.
And more for Anonymous. Thank you, Anonymous.
All right, the donations are now closed. Refresh the page one more time to see if anything came in.
Are closed. Bop, 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 bop.
This
All right,
is where we part.
grand moment of truth. Will he live or will he die? He will live.
Spare.
Okay.
Bear one
I
with
don't want to hurt
91 euros versus Kill on 76 euros.
Ouch,
dang.
Dunkel. Why you gotta be like that?
I don't
He
want to
heard
hurt
that
you.
and he immediately killed me, and he killed me again. She was angry tonight.
I can't feel
Or this
Did you
morning.
die?
2 times in a row.
Oh.
Did it to me.
the wounds you did.
I'm
The bastard.
Killing me will only make
Okay,
But
I
yeah,
guess we're
since
gonna
I don't
spare-
have enough resolve for just Dance of Wrathing him to death, we actually have to fight this duel a little bit the normal way first until we get to the 3rd phase of the fight.
you are
And here we are. So from this point forward,
my revenge.
we can do this.
My revenge.
Hit him a bit until he starts blocking again. Roll away. Dance of Wrath once more. And then we will spare him, I heard.
Yep, spare
Okay,
one.
so get
Well-
ready on time. And time.
All right.
Still watching.
I know. It's
Yeah,
the,
well,
lag.
we're all anxiously watching the stream.
The lag.
Oh yeah, it's like really disjointed at this point, huh?
Uh-huh.
But I will not kill my family.
About
Oh.
30 seconds.
Oh, geez.
Oh, I mean, technically, it's at 321:50.
Okay, so it's 3:22:01.
Oh, 322:01.
So technically, this is a PB/world record by 50 seconds.
Oh.
Now we would just have to take a look at how these tech issues play into that. So, you know,
Well, at least
not
for
out of
us,
the blue yet.
Yeah.
oh, nice.
But yeah,
Congratulations. Yeah,
that
was a lot
is
of-
the run, everybody. We did it. We saved, the island. We saved Tsushima. We even
saved the island.
saved or spared Lord Shimura.
Spared
So-
the uncle. He did it right.
I guess at that point, thank you so much for having us, letting us raise some money for the charity here. Thank you so much for the organizers for organizing this awesome marathon, for bringing all these people here together. And yeah, good luck for the rest of the runners. We have still one more day of runs to look forward to raise even more money, which is exciting. And yeah, guys, do you have anything to plug or say?
I mean, I do Twitch.
We stream together. Dice and I, we stream together. Come check us out. He's at Dice Cage. I'm at Earl Sandwich. We are the Dandy Saga. We do all sorts of stuff. Earlier today, we were just streaming with Mr. Jason Connell, who is the art director for this very game, who won an award from South by Southwest Gaming for Best Art Direction, literally hours ago. So, hooray! But, we have interviews, we play games, we talk shit.
As you've
Yeah.
heard in the last 3 hours or so.
Exactly. If you enjoyed the banter that's been happening for 3 hours, then there's more of it, and it comes to you fresh and hot every week. So
There is definitely more of that. That is absolutely correct. Yeah. So yeah, guys, follow these guys, you know, or follow me if you want to. If you want more Ghost of Tsushima and stuff like that. And yeah, I don't know. We're done here, I guess.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us, and support mental health.
Definitely do. Definitely do that, especially right now. Bye, everyone.
Okay. Bye, everyone. Thanks.
See you
Have a good
soon.
night. We're just wandering around, looking at all the keepsakes.
Just keep waving.
All right,
Just keep waving.
everybody. Thank you, Aisham, for that wonderful run. Don't go anywhere. We're gonna have a small intermission. Coming right up, Bioshock by Smurfy SR.
Ooh. Love
And
me
it's
some
gonna
Bioshock.